Welcome back, party people. My name is Darrel Wilson, and today I'll be showing you how to make a modern and professional website using WordPress and Brizy. WordPress controls more than 1/3 of the internet. It is the most popular CMS out there because it's super easy to use. So by the end of this video, you'll be a WordPress expert and you'll even be able to start your own web design business. Yep, that's right. And trust me, WordPress is great to have on your resume because today most businesses use WordPress because it's popular, it's easy to use, and it even powers more than 500 million websites. And don't panic, we will be using a simple drag and drop builder that allows you to customize every part of the website with no restrictions. So go get a drink, beer, or wine, whatever it is you drink, pull up a chair, and let me show you the website that you're gonna make today in this video. So today I'll be showing you step by step on how to build and customize your own personal WordPress website that will look really modern and super professional. And the great part about this video is that you don't need to know any sort of code or have any experience because everything is done with a drag and drop builder that makes it super easy to build your WordPress website. You'll have access to over 500 beautifully designed blocks that include the images and the colors. You can simply click on a block and insert it onto your website. Then you can make any changes you want to your website, like changing the color, changing the font, adding your own images, and that's it, you're all set. You can add as many blocks as you want to your website, customize them, and within a few minutes, you will have a complete WordPress website that you can fully customize and looks great. With this drag and drop builder, you can simply drag in elements and build your website from the front end so you can visibly build your website from the ground up. Plus, with over 500 blocks to choose from that come in a light scheme and a dark scheme, it'll be really easy for you to get ideas and inspiration to build your WordPress websites. Also in this tutorial, you will have access to hundreds of templates to choose from. You can simply import a template, make any changes you want to your website, then save the changes and your website is live on the internet. It's that easy. You will also get this template for free in this video just for following along today in this WordPress tutorial. You want to see something cool? These websites are from my viewers who had no experience, watched one of my videos, and then created their own websites. So if they can do it, you can do it. I have timestamped in the description of this video, so feel free to jump to any section at any time. You can control the speed of this video by clicking on the icon at the bottom right. So if I'm going too fast or too slow, you can always adjust the speed as needed. Okay, so this is the website I'll be showing you how to make today. So we have this beautiful headline in the front that just says something about your business. At the top, we have this menu, and when I hover over it, you can see how it hovers over red. Then if you have a logo for your business, you can go ahead and incorporate your logo on your website. At the top right, we have this really creative Get Started button, and when I hover over it, you see how it turns red. So I'll show you all how to create a landing page that looks really nice and really professional. Scrolling down here, we have our next section. Notice how this just looks really elegant. It looks really modern. So we have some text about our company. We have some more text. And then we have this about right here, like in the back, just to give it some, design and decor to our website. So scrolling down here, we have some images. So I'll be showing you how you can add some images to your website. So we have our offices, and then I just added some images just to give the website some style. Scrolling down here, we just have some more just some more graphics, like things they can click on. Maybe you want to talk about your features of your business, such as, graphic design, copywriting, or whatever it is that you do. So I'll show you all how to add this section to your website. And then scrolling down right here, we have some testimonials. So if you have customers or someone that wants to give you a referral or a testimonial, you can go ahead and add it to your website. And then below that, we just have some other icons letting people know who we worked with, and then we finish it off with a really clean footer here at the bottom. So I'll show you all how to make this homepage. It's really easy. I have all the images for you all, so making it will be really simple. So let's go ahead and check out the About Us page. So this is our About Us page. We have some other text, and we just have some general design in the back, just to give it some design and decor to our website. We have these icons, and this can be something like, your clients you work with, your projects, or your number of staff. And then scrolling down here, we have this split screen section. So I'll show you how to create this really nice split screen section where we have this image to the left. And then we also have this, our text, and we have this button right here. It's really creative. It's really nice. I like the style of this. It looks good. And then we have our staff. So people that you work with. So right here, I just put some, just some demo names, and you can add in your team right here. And then scrolling down, we want to finish it off with some more testimonials. So you can add some testimonials about your business. And then we added some little icons here of people who we work with. And then we also finish it off with our footer again at the bottom. So that is our About Us page. Let's take a quick look at the services page. Okay, so this is our services page. Now we want to go ahead and tell people what we do. So what are our services? What are we known for? So here I just put digital design, graphic design, and of course you can put your own business, like whatever it is that you do. And then I'll scroll down here. You'll notice on the left side how we have this services, and it's a really modern trend to have vertical text on your website. So it kind of follows your visitors. It's really creative and it just looks really good. And then on the bottom here, we have some more text letting people know about our business. And we also have this little like a help. So if they need help, they can just go ahead and contact you guys. And we added some more of this design in the back. And then scrolling down, we have some partners and clients. So you can see that it's testimonials of people who we work with. And also, you know, just companies that you might be associated with and all that stuff. And then again, we finish it off with a footer at the bottom. So looking good, right? So let's go ahead now and check out the last page, which is the Contact Us page. So this is the Contact Us page, and what we did was we just provided some information about our company. Now, if you want to also incorporate a map, I'll show you all how to incorporate a map onto your WordPress website. And then on the bottom here, we have this contact form, so people can go ahead and put in their name, their email, and their phone and a message, and this will go directly to your email inbox from your WordPress website. And then also we just go ahead and finish off the website with our footer again at the bottom of the website. So after watching this video today, you'll have enough knowledge and experience to even start your own web design business tomorrow. So if you're a guy, you can open up your own web business tomorrow. You can go impress ladies saying, hey, I know how to build websites. And if you're a girl, you can go to your boyfriend and tell him that you know how to build websites. And I bet you he will be very impressed. So with all that said, let's go ahead and get started today with this WordPress tutorial. Okay, so we're gonna build your new WordPress website in 4 simple steps. Step 1, we will get your domain and hosting. So this is where your website lives and breathes. So for example, my new amazing WordPress website.com. Step 2, we'll create some pages. I'll show you how to make a menu. We'll download the page builder and then we'll start designing your website with Brizy. Step 3, I'll introduce you all to premium features that come with the page builder that will really push the design limits for your new WordPress website. And step 4, you'll be on your way and you will have a fully completed WordPress website by the end of this video. Now there is a link in the description of this video. It'll take you to a page to purchase discounted web hosting. And this is namehero.com. Now namehero.com performed as one of the fastest web hosting companies and also one of the most reliable. Now, how do I know that? Well, I actually tested NameHero against 22 other web hosting companies for 90 days, and NameHero performed as one of the fastest and one of the most reliable web hosting companies out there. So you can be certain that your website will be fast and it'll be very reliable. So through my link exclusively, you guys will get 70% off all of your plans. If you go to the website normally, you're gonna pay a little bit more because the discount's only 52%. So through my link, you guys do get a special discount, and the company gave me this discount just for my viewers. So we have 4 different packages, and personally I recommend the Plus Cloud. I think that's suitable for people getting started out with their website. You also do get a lot of space, a lot of bandwidth, and you do get a free SSL with your package. So you'll scroll down and you'll see order now. So you can select any package that you want, but if you guys get longer than 1 year, you do save a little bit more money. So 1 year is $449 a month, 2 years is $419, and 3 years is $389. So go ahead and select the year. I'll just put 1 year just for this tutorial. Now go ahead and register a new domain name. So this is going to be your new web address. So for example, my new amazingwebsite.com, I'll just do tutorialdomain.com. So you can do something like, you know, my drone e-commerce website or whatever you want to do. And once you make your decision, you will click on the continue button. Next, we will scroll down and they do have some add-ons that we can add to our plan. Personally, I don't really think you need these, but it's up to you if you want to grab them. But I'm not going to because this is just for tutorial purposes. So I will click on continue. Now this is something I do recommend. So we have 3 different options and I highly recommend the ID protection. The ID protection will protect your personal information from spammers and people who are trying to get your personal info. So that is pretty important. So select the ID protection and then click on continue. So look at that. For the entire year of hosting, you're only going to pay $70 for the entire year, which is it's a very good deal. I got to be honest. So once you go through and you review your checkout, you will click on checkout. So this is the checkout page. So you'll go ahead and put in your personal information, your billing address, And also your support pin, you will need that in case there is a problem. So for example, if you get a technical problem, they might require that you have a pin to verify that it's actually you. You'll make your password, and I'm sure you guys have seen this page before, right, on various other websites. You can even pay with Bitcoin. How cool is that? I thought that was dead. Apparently not. So you'll go ahead and select your method of payments, and you can click on I have read to the terms of service and payment policy, and you can read through those. I'm sure you all will. And once you're done with that, you'll click on complete order, and I'll meet you all on the very next page. Okay, so once you make the order, you will get an order confirmation. You can also give them a review saying, hey, this was a very easy experience, or whatever you want to do. Once you do that, you'll click on continue to client area. Next, it'll bring you to your client area. So it'll show you your domain. It'll show you your web hosting packages. Now, this company has great support. So if you have a problem with something, you can just go to their tickets. You can submit a ticket. Also, you can click right here on get in touch with a superhero, and you can go ahead and ask them anything that you need. So I just had an issue one time with my domain, and they got it fixed in literally 20 seconds. So it's an amazing company, and their support is really, really good. So now that we have the domain and we have our web hosting package, let's now install WordPress onto our domain. So you'll click on the client area, and then you'll click on cloud web hosting. Next, we have our products and services. So we have the plus cloud package with the domain. So right here where it says active, go ahead and click on that. Click on active. Next, on the left side, you'll see login to cPanel. Okay, and this is where we're going to install WordPress. I'm sure you've all heard of WordPress before. In fact, if you are young and you are in college, WordPress is great to have on your resume because a lot of businesses today use WordPress. I don't even think universities even teach WordPress in schools, which is pretty sad. I mean, my college experience I felt was wasted because I just learned a bunch of just stuff I didn't need, like corporate theory of marketing, and just, I don't know. I feel like it's all outdated. Anyways, once you scroll down, you'll see software, and you'll see WordPress Manager by Softaculous. Click on WordPress Manager by Softaculous. Next, on the right side, you will see Install Now. So click on Install Now. And we have the version of WordPress, so make sure that's default. We have the current domain, which you set up. Now, right here where it says in directory, make sure nothing is there. Okay, I don't know why there's something there by default, but make sure nothing is there. Also, on this left side, you'll see HTTP. Make sure you select HTTPS. We are going to select and set up our SSL on our domain to make sure that it is secure. So right here we have site settings. You can give your site a name, and don't worry, you can change all of this later. So you can just put something like e-commerce websites, my new websites, and here we have the account, the admin account. So make sure you write all this information down. You will need this when you log into WordPress every time you want to log in and make changes to your e-commerce website. So I'll put admin, and we'll do paddywhack. And on your admin email, make sure you have an email that you have access to, because what's going to happen is if you forget your password, it's going to send your password to this specific email that you put on file. Next, you can select a language. So if you speak Arabic or Albanian or Bulgarian, you can select any of these languages. I select English, of course, so I'm going to leave it as English. And you'll keep scrolling down, and we're going to ignore all these ugly templates. Actually, they're not that bad, but we'll make our site look a lot better. So once you have select everything and you select your password and email, you will click on Install. So now it's installing WordPress onto our domain. And just like that, WordPress has been installed onto our domain. So right here where it says administrative URL, you can click on this link. And ta-da, we are now in WordPress, and this is your new WordPress website. So getting your website set up with WordPress is really fast and easy. So on the top left, you see my website, and you can click on visit websites, and this is now your new current WordPress website. So it is live on the internet, and we also have that green padlock, and that was included in the web hosting package because we got a free SSL. So that is pretty cool. Now, before we go ahead and start building the website, we need to make some small changes. So congratulations, you now have a website live on the internet. It's pretty simple stuff. So in this next section, we will mess around with the general settings. We will also download the page builder, which we use to design the website. And I'll also touch base on what WordPress themes are. Let's go back to the video. Okay, so first let's go ahead and change some general settings. So on the left side, you'll see users and you'll see profile. Go ahead and click on that. Now in the future, whenever you want to change your interface, like for example, we can change this to modern or midnight or ocean, you're gonna do all of this from the profile section. So I think I'll do modern. I think modern looks pretty cool. And if we scroll down, this is where you're going to change your email. So in the future, if you ever want to change your email, you're going to put your email here and you will need this. So let's say you forgot your password or something like that. That's a pretty important email to put. Also, if you want to change your password or add a profile picture, you can go ahead and do that here. So for example, if you wanted to generate a new password, you can do that and then put in your new password. And then you'll just, put in whatever password you want, obviously. So you probably use the same password for like all the websites, right? I think everyone does that. So once you are done, you'll click on update profile. All right, cool. Next, you'll go ahead and go to settings and go to permalinks. Now under permalink settings, you want to change this to post name. And the reason why we do this is because you want to see your domain at yourwebsite.com/about-us, right? Or /contact us, not 202, all this junk. So with this permalink, it actually looks a lot cleaner and it's actually better for SEO. So go ahead and change this to post name and then go to save changes. And that's it. So here I'll click on dashboard. So now that we adjusted some of the basic general settings in WordPress, now let's go ahead and download the page builder. So there is a link in the description of this video to purchase the Brizy Pro page builder. You can also get there by going to darrelwilson.com/Brizy. So this is the page builder that we're going to use for this video. Now Brizy does have a free version, but for this specific tutorial, we're going to be using the pro version because with the pro version, we'll have access to a lot of different features like more elements, the theme builder, and a lot of other stuff that we're going to talk about in this video. So we have 3 plans. We have the personal, we have the studio, and we have the lifetime. Now I don't know how long they're going to have the lifetime for. I'm not sure about that. But I think you'll be fine with just the studio package because with the studio package, you'll pay $100 for the entire year and you get unlimited websites and you also get support and updates. So I would say the best value here is definitely the studio because with the personal plan, you can only have the page builder on 3 websites. So that's kind of limited there. Now I already have this page builder, so I actually have the lifetime. So I just went ahead and bought the lifetime. But once you're here, you'll go down and you'll click on buy now. Now this is the only thing that you'll have to purchase in this whole entire video. So everything else is just going to be a bunch of free plugins and a bunch of free stuff. And it's all going to be handy dandy from there. So once you actually purchase the actual page builder, I'll go ahead and meet you in your account page. So I'll go ahead and log into my current accounts and look at that. We have to do this little test here. I'm gonna do this with you guys here. Motorcycles, is that good? Okay, good. My first try, how about that? So this is the actual Brizy Pro plugin and you'll just go ahead and download it. So you'll just click on download Brizy Pro and then we will click on okay and save it. All right. And also this is where you can get support, your account, all your stuff that you want, that you guys know. So yeah, this is your options menu and stuff. Also, when you want to register your page builder, you'll click on WordPress licenses and you'll go ahead and click on generate a new license key. And then you will go ahead and copy and paste this, but we'll do that in the next step. So first things first, let's go ahead and upload the actual page builder to our website. So this is a plugin. So under the left side, you'll see plugins and go to add new. Now what plugins are essentially is plugins are basically applications for your website. So on your iPhone, you have, or for those people who use Android, actually, I don't know, I might change. I shouldn't put Android down, but yeah, so these are just applications. So essentially everything does something different, So for example, I'll just go to popular here. Contact form 7. This is a contact form. This is an SEO plugin. This is a classic editor. WooCommerce allows you to sell on your website. So there's a bunch of different plugins for, there's 51,000 plugins out there. So there is a plugin for virtually everything. And we'll touch base more on plugins a little bit later in this video. So don't worry, I'll show you the good ones. I'll show you the really, really good ones. So on the top left, you'll see upload plugin. And then you'll click on browse. And you'll go ahead and find the zip file that you downloaded from the Brizy. So here is the Brizy Pro. And then I will click on open. And I will click on install now. So just give it like 2 seconds and there you go. So the plugin installed successfully. Now on the left side, you'll see activate plugin. All right, cool. So we have now activated the Brizy Pro plugin. Now this gives us, again, the ability for us to decorate and change our website. Now there is another thing that we need to add on our website, which is the theme. So under appearance, you'll see themes. So these are the ugly default ones. So just go ahead and click on add new. And here I'll just click on popular. So what themes are essentially is the outside of your website. So you see here how it looks different on the outside. Every theme has different theme styles and theme options. Like one might make your blog look different. One might have different options for your menu. However, a lot of these themes today are becoming less relevant because the page builder does all of the work. So the page builder can do all of the stuff within the actual theme. So what I want to do is I want to install a theme that's designed specifically for Brizy, which is called GutenX. Now, you can change themes at your own discretion. So don't think that once you go with one theme, you can't change. No, you can use Astra. After Astra, if you don't like it, you can go to OceanWP. If you don't like it, you can go to Neve. All of these themes are designed specifically for page builders. But I'm going to go ahead and type in GutenX. I like GutenX. It's a free one, and I just feel like this is one of the best themes for Brizy. So here I'll click on Details and Preview. And it gives you a demonstration of what it looks by default, but this is actually not true. It's weird. But you can click on install. So click on install. And then you'll click on activate. All right, cool. So now we install the GutenX theme onto our website. And if you want to see how your website looks like, you can go to my website and click on visit sites. And now you'll see how it's starting to slowly change a little bit. So we have this menu, and we also have this drop shadow. We have the hello world, and then we also have posts and all this other stuff and a footer at the bottom. All right, we're cruising, pretty simple. So in this next section, I'm gonna show you all how to add pages and also how to make menus for your website. Let's go back to the video. So now that we've done that, so next let's go ahead and make some pages and make a menu. So for example, we need to make our home page, right? And the about us page and the contact page. So what you can do at the top, you'll see plus new. You can click on page, or you can do it through your dashboard. So you can go to your dashboard, go to pages, and go to add new. It's the same thing. It brings you to the same place. That's just a shortcut. The little plus new at the top is just a little shortcut. You do get this little notification. We can close this. And under the title, this is our, GOM. What is that? There. So here we have the home page. And then you'll click on publish and publish. All right. Now there's nothing on this page. It's a blank page. So we're just going to use the theme builder. The Brizy builder to design everything. So you guys are starting to get it now. So we made the home page. Now let's make the about us page. So plus new page, and then we'll do the about us. And on the right side, you'll see publish and publish. And then we'll do one more. So again, oh no, that's the wrong one. So we'll go to view pages and then plus new and click on page. So now we're making a third page. So this will be contact us, and then click on publish and publish. All right. So we made those pages, right? But since we made those pages, we haven't really assigned it to our menu. So here's our current pages. So we have the home, the about, the contact, and we have this sample page and this privacy policy page. Now these are created by default when you install the WordPress. So let's just say, you know what? I don't want these pages. So let's just delete them. I'll go ahead and double click on those little checkboxes. Under bulk actions, I'll move to trash and apply. So that's how you can kind of clean up everything and get rid of all of your pages. So now that we've done that, let's go ahead and add this as our menu. So we don't have a menu. So if I go back to my website here, you'll see visit sites. We don't have a menu anywhere. So let's assign a menu. So what I'll do is go to dashboard, and under appearance, you'll see menus right here. So go ahead and click on menus. So we have a menu name, and this will just be the main menu for websites. And this will be my main menu. And I'll go ahead and create this menu. All right, so we have a menu. Now, what pages do you want to be on the menu? So we have the home, the about, and the contact us that we created, right? So I'll click on those three, and then I'll click on add to the menu. All right, so we need to arrange this. I want the home page at the top and the contact at the bottom. and then I'll click on Save Menu. All right, and then let's go back to our websites and click on Visit Site. So now you'll see that we have the home page, right? We have the About Us page, and then we have the actual Contact Us page. So it's pretty cool. So the site's kind of come along here. Now, there is one more thing that we want to change before we do all this, which is assigning a home page. So when someone comes to your website, you see how it comes to our websites, or they go to our websites and then they're brought to this page. I want to assign the home page as the first page that people are brought to when they come to my website. So it's really simple. Just go ahead and click on Customize. So this is the theme customizer, but not to worry guys, we're gonna come back to the theme customizer a little bit later in this video and we'll talk about all these options. But the only thing that you'll need to do here is under homepage settings, you'll click on that. And a homepage displays, I want a static page, and I wanna select the home page as the home page. All right, and then click on Publish, and we are all done. So when I click on X, now the home page is our current home page. So pretty cool. All right, so now that we have our pages, I think we're ready to use the actual page builder. So let's go back to our website under Dashboard, and under Plugins, we'll go to Add New. So we need to add the base version of the actual Pro version of Brizy in order for the page builder to work. Don't worry about this notice. We will go ahead and activate this plugin a little bit later in the video. But under Search Plugins, we will type in Brizy. And here it is. So Brizy Page Builder. Go ahead and click on Install Now, and then click on Activate. All right, cool. So let's go ahead and enter in our license code in the Brizy tab just to make sure that our Pro version is working correctly. So under the Brizy option right here, we'll go to Settings. And under the License tab, we can click on License. And this is the license key. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and copy and paste this license key. Now remember, when you want to see this key, just click on Full Key, and then you'll get a display of your entire license key. You'll go ahead and copy that license key into your WordPress website. All right, awesome. So now the Brizy Pro version is working and everything's functional and ready to go. So let's go ahead and design our homepage. So under the Pages, we'll click on Pages, and here's our pages, and just go ahead and click on your homepage. And now you see we have this Edit with Brizy right here. So we can click on Edit with Brizy. Okay, so I think we are all ready to go. So we have our website, right? We have pages, we have our menus. During this next section, I'm gonna show you all how to design your website using the drag and drop page builder called Brizy. So this will give it some color, this will give it some text and the images and all that good stuff. So with that said, let's go back to the tutorial. Go ahead and click on Edit with Brizy. And now we're going to start designing our website with the page builder. So exciting stuff. All right, so you party people ready to do this? You ready to build your website? Let's go. So the first thing that we'll do before we start adding anything is I want to change the page template. So on the bottom left, you'll see this little piece of paper or whatever. So you see this page template. Now a Brizy template means the page builder will do everything. So that means I don't want the theme to be involved whatsoever. However, for this part of the video, I want to use the theme just to give us some structure. So here we have the full width page template, which I like. So what that's gonna do is that it's gonna have the header at the top and also the footer at the bottom, and then we can build the website within the actual theme. So that looks pretty cool. There are other ones like Canvas. Canvas is basically Brizy templates, and default is using the default theme settings. So we will talk more about the theme settings when we talk about the theme customizer. So I'll go ahead and leave it as full width for now. All right, and here it says start building your page. So just click on the big plus, very simple. So you'll notice right away how we have these blocks. So how the blocks work is essentially you can add these blocks to your website and you can modify them, you can change them, and you can make them look however you want. Now, since we have the Pro version, we have different block kits. So we have Kit 1 and we also have Kit 2. So here's just a list of all of the blocks that you can use. I mean, there's tons of them, and they come in a light scheme and also a dark scheme. So if your website has a more of a darker approach or just a dim approach. So the dark scheme, again, it just adds a little bit of a dim approach to your website, like a darker feel to it. And that's good for, you know, pretty much any kind of website. It just depends on how you design it. And then again, we have the Kit 2. So Kit 2 also has a light and a dark scheme. Also, for each specific kit, there are categories. So let's say, for example, let's go to kit number 2 and just click on light. and we have this hero. So what a hero is, basically that's your landing page. So a hero is basically your landing page. It's the same thing, guys. They just call it hero because they want to sound super smart, and it's just, I don't know. I don't know why they did it. So let's just say, for example, we scroll down and we see a bunch of these landing pages that we might like. All you need to do is just go ahead and click on one. And there you go. So what it does is that it imports the images for you. It imports the style and design of everything. So we have this actual, this block, and we can go ahead and modify it. So what I can do is just, double click and type in whatever I want right here. Now, for every single element, there's going to be different designs. So here you have text, right? So what the text is going to do is that that's going to change the typography of the actual letters. So we can change this to, what is this right here? Oswald, you guys get it, so you can go through this and just have fun and type in anything and then enter and change this font to anything you want. Yeah, pretty simple. So also we have the color. So if you want to change the color of the fonts, you'll click on this, obviously, and then you can go ahead and change the color of the specific fonts to anything that you want. We also have a shadow. So what the shadow will do is that it'll add a drop shadow between any sort of text. So you can kind of like customize this. You can get a little crazy, and you can kind of see how that works out for you. So, shadows are unique, but I would not get too close to them, because once you implement a shadow, you have to kind of carry that throughout your website, and that can be kind of a hassle. Also, we have the actual where you want it to be displayed. So we have justified, centered, to the right, or align. Now here we have these little buttons, and what this is going to do is that it's going to change it to a numbered column. This is to a dotted column, and then this is just back to normal. We can bold it, we can italicize it, we can also add a link. So for example, if I want to link this to a specific part of another website, I can link this to my website. So if they click on this link, they will go to my website. Now, this option opened in a new tab, so if they click on this, then it'll open my browser in a new tab, and then it'll bring me to where I'm supposed to go. Make it a no follow, so if you don't want this to give link juice to another part of a video, or a website, you can just put no follow. For most of you, I don't really think it matters too much. A lot of you guys are probably not big SEO bloggers, so it won't really matter too much. And then also we have like file, where you can upload a file here if they click on it, and also pop-ups, but we'll talk more about pop-ups a little bit later in this video. Now, if you want to go ahead and clone this, you can click on duplicates, and it will clone everything. And if you don't like what I just did, you can go ahead and click on this undo option on the bottom right, and that will undo basically anything that you did. So if you made a really big mistake, don't panic. You can always undo whatever you did. And then if I right click on it, I can delete it. Also, I can click on the trash can, and that will go ahead and just delete everything like that. Now, again, maybe I didn't want to delete that, so I can just undo that, and no harm, no foul. So those are basically all of the options for specific modules. Now, there is another thing that we need to do before we talk about the next module, is the gear icon. So the gear icon, it allows us to add margin and padding to pretty much any sort of element. So for example, let's just say, I want some more space in between here. We can add a gap below it like that. Something like that right here. Put it there, and then gear icon, gap below that. You see that? Now under the more settings, we can also apply padding and margin. So let's say, for example, well, first, padding is basically just space. So that's what padding means. So let's say, for example, you want padding below it. You see how we have this little blue highlighted part? So that means I want more space on the bottom, like that. Do you see that? Let's say I want more space on the top. We can add more space on the top. So if you want your words to be kind of scrunched, you can just reduce the space. Margin, we'll talk about margin a little bit later, but margin is essentially where you want the module to start from. So now that I did this, we can modify these elements. We can click on any elements, and you can adjust it. So for example, we can adjust the color. So one thing to note is that when you click on a module, you'll see these options of background, text, border, and shadow. So the background is the actual background color of it, right? The text is the actual text color of the text in the module. And then we have border, so you can give this a specific color for a border. See how now it's that specific color? You can do that as well. And then also we can give this a shadow. So I can give it like a black shadow. Now you see how the button kind of has that pop-up feel. And again, if you want to, change anything that you did, you can just click on the undo and it'll undo it. Now you might notice how the button actually changes color when I hover over it. You see that? So if you want to adjust the hover settings on the left side, you'll click on this, and this means hovered. So let's say I wanted to turn purple when I hover over this specific button. There we go. That's pretty cool. Now you can also change this to a gradient. So if you want to have like a gradient color like that, you can just have a gradient, and then you can go ahead and say, I want this color and this color, and see how that works out. You guys get it, right? You guys can have fun. Also the linear and the radial. So a radial means like a circular style gradient. See how the color starts from the circle, and then you can adjust this, you can adjust the actual, the degrees of it. So that's the difference between linear and also radial. So for example, you'll see how it kind of changes there. Yeah, so you guys get the point. I don't want to waste too much time on this stuff here. So now that we actually, we know how to fix the elements within the block, how do we actually change the elements outside of the block? So you'll notice how we have these little blue highlighted space right here. So I'll click on this and I'll drag this up. The same thing on the bottom. I can go ahead and click this and I want to drag it up. So I want to reduce the space there. So that's how you can actually add space within the top and the bottom. Now you might see this top right control. So this is going to control the entire section. Now guys, once you understand this one part, you'll understand it for all of the elements, because every element has the same exact options. So this part might, drag on for a little bit, but once you become pro at this, you become pro at the page builder. So for example, we have these options. We have this block icon right here. So here we have make it a slider. So if I want to make this a slider where people can slide it like that, we can have that option of making a slider. If you want to take that off, just take it off. And there you go. If you want to add it back, you can do make a slider. And let's say, for example, you want a different slide. So you'll click on this black icon and then you can start customizing this second slide. So you can have a different looking slide. Obviously this isn't going to be the same one. So I can change the background for this and I can add it to, I can remodify it. You'll see how this is modified and then this looks different. So yeah. So if you want to, have a second slider, you can go ahead and do that. However, this other option right here, so backgrounds and filters. So if you want to have a specific image for your background, this is where you're going to add it. Now in the description of this video, I did give you guys demo images to use. So let's just say, for instance, I want to go ahead and delete this image. I don't want this image. What I can do is upload my own images. So I'll click on image, upload files, and select files. So now I can go ahead and upload any images I want to my WordPress website. So I'll just go ahead and upload these 3 images, which is my logo. We have some abstract backgrounds and we also have this red and black background. So I'll go ahead and click on this image and click on select. All right, so now you'll see how the website has some design, add some decor to it, and I can kind of move this around a little bit. So, it just adds a little bit of design and decor instead of all that white space. So that's what you can do if you want to add a specific background to your websites. Now there are some websites like freepik.com. So for example, there's freepik.com and there's also pixabay.com. So these websites, you can go ahead and download some free images. So let's say you want to, I don't know, like night sky or something. You want to have like a sky background. We can go ahead and download some of these images of night skies. Same thing with Pixabay. We can do like, or gradient backgrounds, something like that. So it really depends on what you want to download. So you can go ahead and download some of these and apply it to be your background for your WordPress website. Now let's just say, okay, I don't want the image. I want to change something. So I can go ahead and delete that. And now we actually have a video. So if you want to add a video background, you can go ahead and do that as well. So what you can do is you can go to YouTube and you can type in something like 4K skies or 4K 4K video animations, and you'll get these videos where people just kind of, they just film stuff and, they're 4K background. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and copy and paste this link and I'll go back to my website and I will paste it in there like that. And we can start this at a specific time. We can also loop this. So if you want it to be continually looped, you can do that as well. And then maybe you want to change this text to white, right? So here I'll change this to white so it's a little bit more visible, for the human eye, and voila. So now you have a beautiful landing page and it looks great. We can, adjust this and change it. But yeah, that's how you can add a video background to your website. But personally, guys, I would not use video backgrounds too much because they don't play well with mobile devices. So that's just my experience with video backgrounds. So I will go ahead and delete that. Now the last option is a map. So this is a map for a background. So you can go ahead and put in your address, and this can be a specific map for wherever you want. And yeah, so that's interesting, but I'm not going to use that because I just don't want to use that. And then for the color, now you'll see how the color is actually kind of interfering. So this is how we can add, it's called an overlay. So what I can do is I'll reduce the transparency of this, and there you go. So this right side is the transparency, and yeah, that basically adds a overlay. So if you want like an overlay of a specific color, you can go ahead and do it like that. So it just adds a tint of color. So going back to the actual, the filters. So with the filters, again, it just adds a different kind of color scheme in the background. So you'll see here how any image with a specific color will be changed because we're adding a different kind of filter. And there's a lot of different filters, guys. And the best way to learn how to use these filters is just to mess around with them. They work better with like full images, but that's just an example of filters. They just kind of adjust the image to whatever liking that you have. So, okay, so now that we know how to use the filter section, also we have a little save where you can go ahead and save this to the Brizy cloud. We will mess around with this a little bit later in the video, but basically you can go ahead and save your sections in the Brizy cloud and you can use them to pretty much anywhere you want on your website. So next, again, we have the gear icon, and we can change the width of this. So we can add this as a full or a box, and we can even change the width of this like that. And then we also have the duplicate option. So we can duplicate this entire section again, or we can go ahead and delete it by clicking on delete, and that'll be the end of it. So yeah, that's just a quick rundown of how you can add specific elements to your website and adjust them. So now let's go ahead and do that one more time. So what I'll do is go to blocks, and I'll add that block again that I just deleted by clicking on the block. So now that we know how to modify the elements, let's just say, okay, well, how do I create this from scratch, right? So let's create this element from scratch, not using the blocks. Let's just teach you how to use the actual page builder, because the templates are very helpful, but I also want to teach you how to actually use the actual block section. So first, let's click on add a new block, and I want to create my own. Now, looking at this specific column, we can tell there's text, 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 and button, right? So on the top left, you see this plus icon. These are the current elements that we can use in order to build our website. So we have the text, we have, all these little gadgets and widgets. We also have row, column, we have social media where you can put like Facebook stuff. And then we also have the default elements that come with WordPress. So for the row, I'll go ahead and take the row and drop it in there. So now we have this 2 row right here. So we have 1 row and we have 2 rows. So what I can do is I can drop elements within that specific row. So I'll take the text and I'll drop it in there, and there it is. So I'll do that again. Click on the plus. I'll take the text. Now you'll notice how the gray bar displays. So when the gray bar displays, that's where it's telling us where we can drop the text. So I'll drop the text in there like that, and then I'll do it one more time. So we added the text in there, right? Now let's add a button. So I'll go ahead and find the button here. There it is, button at the top. And I'll take it and I'll drag it there. Now, a very weird option that Brizy has, I'm not really sure when you're going to use this option, but if you click on edit at the top, you can actually hide specific elements. Like let's just say, for example, you never use the map one, or you never use the audio widgets. You can actually hide them from yourself, click on done, and then they're gone forever. To get them back, just click on edits and then add them back. I don't know why they did that. I just don't know. I mean, that's just their thing. So it's their page builder. So yeah. So now that we actually have this section, we can turn it into this. So it's pretty simple. So for example, innovative design, right? And then this part, binary watch space smart watch because why not? Okay, I don't even know what that means. So Darrel Wilson watch, binary watch, why not? Something like that. And then we have this section here. So I'll just leave that as blank. I think that's good enough. Now also we have this button. So I want to move the button to the left side. So I'm going to take this little button and then under this little section, I'll adjust it to the left side. So at this point, we just need to adjust the text. So that's the only thing that we need to do. So for example, I'll click on this text and we will make this bigger. So under the text section, under the size, we can increase the size like that, right? And then we can change the line height. So the line height is how much space is in between the lines, right? And also the letter spacing. Now the letter spacing is important. It gives it that elegant feel. And we're gonna add letter spacing to the one above our current one. And then we have weight. So we can give it like a semi-bold or just a bold style. Now also we have fonts. Now I personally like the Popups font and I don't think they have Popups here by default. So if there's a font that you want that they don't have, you can click on add a new font and go to Google Fonts. And then simply just type in the name of the font. So I want Popups and click on Popups and click on continue. And that's it, it's done. So the great part about Brizy is that it's integrated with Google Fonts and that's included in the Pro version. So pretty cool. And then we have fonts right here so you can go ahead and just see what fonts you already have. But I like Popups, so whatever font you like, you guys can go ahead and go crazy and use that. But I'll go back to the text and now we have Popups. So this is the font that I like. I just feel like it's very friendly on the eye. Now for innovative design, I want to actually add some letter spacing to this. I want to give it that elegant design, that they have there. And then for this section, we just need to add one more line. And now we need to just add a background image. So to do that, we'll click on that little icon, I guess you want to call it. I don't know, what should we call this for the video? I don't even know, just the white dots, all right? That's what we're calling it. And then we'll go to the image, and then we have this image in our library, and we'll select it. And there you go. Now, the only thing that we might need to do is we need to adjust the padding. So I want to add more space. So to do that, we can go ahead and add some padding like that. And also like this. So now our page looks a lot better. So now you can see why we use these things at the top. So now we actually have our section and it looks great. So we basically replicated this whole section just by messing around with it. Now, the only thing that we probably need to do is we need to reduce the line spacing here to bring them a little bit closer. So to do that, we have the line height. Remember the line height? Like, let's see how we get it. 1.5. There we go. 1.5. So the line height just brings it a little closer, so it's not so far. So you can see here how it's a little bit closer. So that's why we'd want to implement line height. So that's just how you guys can replicate sections. Now also, I get a big question. How did I do this? Because if we actually try to incorporate another button, it won't let us bring it into the actual column. So to add a button in the same specific column, what you might want to do is just right click and duplicate. How easy is that? So here I will delete this. Now, again, if you want to link this to a different part of your website, you'll click on the link and then this will be like, contact us, right? Or contact page or something. This will go to your contact us page, but not to worry. We'll do that all a little bit later. So that's how you can just use the actual page builder to design your website. And there's a lot of different elements, there's a rating elements and every specific element has a specific design feature. So here you'll just go ahead and say, do you like that style, this style? You can change the spacing and so on and so forth. So now you can see how the options are pretty much the same for every single element. So at that point, you guys have some sort of understanding of how to use these elements. And it's just trial and error, guys. I mean, it's just really trying out the, the actual elements, seeing what you can do. So for example, the Lottie. The Lottie is a new feature which adds Lottie animations to your website. So we have this Lottie animation and there's actually a website where we can go to where we can get more different Lottie animations. So this is the website. It's called lottifiles.com. And if you want to add these animations to your website, a lot of these people, they just make animations and you can add them to your website. Now, the big pro about doing this is that it doesn't load a lot of JavaScript onto your website. JavaScript slows down your website. So I know that's a little techie term, but this stuff, it's being rendered from their website. So it does save you a lot of space on your server. So what you'll do is just you'll go ahead and copy, a URL. You'll go back to your website, click on the little F icon, and under the Lottie link, we'll just paste it in there. And there you go. So now we actually have this girl there instead. Maybe we can even get rid of this background because it's not really appropriate for for this girl. So we can close that, and then maybe we can even add in like some sort of gradient background, or you can even add in the abstract designs I gave you. So let's see, there it goes. Yeah, so something like that. So, and then we can change this button to, here we go. I'm gonna change this to black. I'm gonna give you guys my skill. Here goes my skills. And there we go. So this now is a landing page. I mean, this can be a landing page for your website. It looks great. It has the red decor, it has this girl, and it makes sense. So now you can see how fast it is to make a landing page. But then again, I'm a pro, so I can make these things with my eyes closed. So that's just an example of the elements and everything else that you can add to your website. So just go ahead and take the time to mess around with each of these, like the tabs, the countdown, and everything. This part of the video, guys, is really up to you, but again, I'm giving you all the tools to, do it with. So now that we know a little bit about elements and we know how to kind of modify everything, we can go ahead and add more sections to the website. So we click on add a block, and yeah, so if you saved a block, they'll be right here. So you'll see I saved those blocks earlier. They're there. And the blocks that we have, we can just go ahead and click on one. Here, let's see, features. And put it there, right? Features, and then add a block, and then we can have some fun here. Finally, no more technical stuff. Here we go. We can add in this, and then we can change this to like our features or whatever. Change this to white, and then add a new block, and then we need like some sort of call to action nearing the bottom. So like this will be sign up for our weekly newsletter. And then we can just go ahead and end the website, and that'll be it. Or testimonials, I think, go to the bottom, right? So yeah, something like Airbnb. Now, a quick tip of advice, guys, is when you're designing your website, you want to go ahead and implement a background color for each specific section to sort of introduce the new section. So for example, I'll go ahead and just add in a very hint color of, like, you see how we added this little red bar? So I'm kind of carrying this black and red design. And when you introduce a new section on your website, you typically want to have a different background image, or you want to have a different color. So that's just kind of how it works. And you might want to do, white backgrounds, color, image, color. So you want to make sure that we can distinct each like part from each other. So for example, this part you can add in, you'd want to carry obviously the same color design and everything, but this isn't design course. This is just like a course, on how to use the builder, but you get it. So let's just say I'm a new guy to the website and I can navigate it saying, okay, I understand. And then when I scroll down, I kind of know the website's ending, I kind of know already, oh, the website's going to end soon. And then maybe at the bottom, we can add in a footer, and then we'll just put in the footer, and then that'll be like the bottom of the website. And then we can give this again like a gray color scheme, just a little tint, just to give it some, just to give it some decor so we know it's ending. So that's just a quick rundown, guys, on the actual design aspect of websites. So if you guys check out my other videos, I do have a lot of other videos talking about design. So, but yeah, that's just a good crash course on how to use this page builder. So I'll go ahead and delete all these. I don't want to use any of these anymore. I'm tired. I'm fed up. I'm fed up with all these designs. I'm going to get rid of all these blocks. Here we go. Now, when you purchase Brizy Pro, you also get templates. So if you click on the plus icon, you'll see layouts. So let's just say, for example, you don't want to use their blocks, but their blocks, to be honest, guys, are amazing. So remember, you have kit 1 and kit 2, and you can go ahead and, go get a beer, go get some wine, and mess around with these blocks all day long. You'll have a lot of fun. Trust me, they're amazing blocks. But you'll click on the Layouts tab, and Brizy also has custom layouts for you for your specific website. So for example, since we purchased the Pro version, we have access to all of the layouts. So if you didn't purchase the Brizy Pro, you will not have access to any of these. So that's a good reason to get it, Now they do have one-page websites. So they tell you right here, it says one page or one layout. So if you're just looking for like a one-page layout, maybe you're a crypto gambler or you are a copywriter, which I run into a lot of copywriters, this would be a good page. So you would just click on the page and import this layout. All right, cool. So now you'll see that the page has uploaded and it looks great. So you can go ahead and design this and modify it to any which way you want. Now, since you actually purchased the Pro version, we get a new element that we can use, and this is the actual global styles. So if you click on this little paint icon, you'll see styling. So here we have a current style. So let's just say, for example, you guys suck at designing. I suck too. We all suck at designing. We all started somewhere. What you can do is click on one of these current styles, and it'll change the entire website with a specific font and color to help represent what you are trying to build. So, for example, I'll click on the paintbrush, and so this is the magazine style, but we also have graceful. So this is the graceful style, and you'll see how it's changed the background, it's changed the font, it's changed the colors throughout your entire website. So it's almost like the closest thing to UI as possible with like web design. It just kind of, AI is possible, right? So here we have the current style, and let's just do one more, Supreme. I actually think this works better. So you'll see how everything's changed, so you can go ahead and adjust the actual style to any which way you want, or use the Brizy default, but yeah, that was ugly. What about exquisite? I want that one. Wait, no. Did that one work? No, that didn't work. Here we go. We'll do droid. That's weird. Yeah, I don't like that one. I think I like the magazine one the best. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments which one you guys like the best. I think magazine works pretty well. Because blue equals copywriting, to me, and this might be a girl writing it or, boy, but girl, you can have a pink color. You guys get the point, right? So yeah, now that we have that, so we added that section. Now let's say, for example, we want to reorder our website. So we have this reorder blocks. So what this is going to do is that we can just drag and drop something to reorder it. So instead of actually having to manually change everything, we can do it right here. So it's like, you know what? I want my homepage to be this section, right? And then I want this to be down here, and so on and so forth. So this is really helpful to customize your website. It makes the process a lot faster than, let me go ahead and drag it down, fall asleep, So yeah, so I want this up here, and I'll put this one down there, and yeah, I think that's or this one up here, and that's good. So yeah, that's how you can basically reorder blocks on your current WordPress website to speed up the design process. Okay, so next let me just quickly go over the actual fonts. So if we click on this paintbrush right here, you'll see this, these H1 tags, H2 tags. So what this means is having presets for your font. So for example, we have this brand identity here, right? So I want this to be something like heading 3. Okay, so heading 3. Now if we go back to our little paintbrush, we'll go to heading 3. So now you can have basically any text under heading 3, and you can set presets for that specific, text. So for example, we'll do overpass, or we'll do something that's recognizable here. We'll do blinker. What's that? Oh, here we go. This is an ugly one right here. But this is like a girl brand, or I don't even know what kind of font that is. It's weird. So I'll change this to 32. And we'll make this, we'll just leave it as normal. So basically now we have this heading 3. So if I change this to heading 3, it's going to change that to this. So if I click on the text and select heading 3, you'll see how it changes it. So what those are essentially is their presets. So instead of having to design everything all over again for each specific section, what you can do is just saying, I want all of my heading text to have that design. So here, I'll just change this to H3, And there you go. And you can do this for pretty much any text. Okay, so now let's talk about the header and the footers. So you'll notice how we have this header at the top of the website. We've had it this whole time. And we also have this header through the page builder. So you'll have the option to either have a custom header that you can build with the page builder and design, or we can use the current theme. So that's just the difference. So remember, this is being made with the page builder and this is being made with the actual theme. So let's just say I want to disable the theme heading and I want to only have the page builder heading. So first, let's click on update just to make sure my progress is saved. And on the bottom right, we'll go back to that little page, and under page templates, I'll change this to Brizy templates. So what this is going to do is that it's going to disable the theme. So now you'll see how we have this header, and this is just made with the Brizy page builder. So we have this little menu right here, but this is actually just not real. So this is just text, and this is not a real header. So what we can do is go back to the plus icon, and we'll type in menu, and I'll go ahead and drag this and put it in there, and I'll delete this. All right, so we don't need this section here. I'll just go ahead and right click, delete, and there you go. And then we can go ahead and adjust this menu however you want. So you can change the typography of this. So we can do, I don't know, there we go. That style or this style. Now we also have some other options like an icon. You can add a specific icon to this. So if you want to have a little icon, to your menu, you can do it like that, or, whatever you want to do, and you can adjust the size of this. So that's pretty cool. I do like that, how you can add icons everywhere. Also here we have the mega menu. Now we'll be talking more about the mega menu when we talk about the advanced features. However, the mega menu in a crash course, it gives you the ability to have a big mega menu. So you can have like an image here and a bunch of cool stuff. So we'll talk more about the mega menu a little bit later. Now let's just say you want to adjust this menu. So we have this little gray icon here. You can go ahead and adjust this however you want. So we can make this a hamburger menu to look like that. We can make the size bigger. If you want to adjust this to a different position, we can align it to the right or to the left. Under the settings icon, you can go ahead and adjust this just the way like we did with any other element. So if I click on update, but if I click on the about us, it'll take us to the about us page, the contact us page, and then the home page. So you'll notice how on these pages, we still actually have the theme because we haven't disabled the theme, remember? So you'll need to go to each page and design it. So that's just how you can use the actual, the header and the footer to be used on the specific page instead of the theme. We can go ahead and add a footer to this website as well. So here, I'll just click on edit page with Brizy, and this will turn on the builder for us. So I can go ahead and scroll down to the bottom and add a new block. And we can go ahead and add in a footer to the website. So what I'll do is just, I don't even know, what footer should we add here? Let's try this one. I'll go ahead and delete this because I just don't think that works out for us. Select a menu from the elements options. So what I'll do is I'll click on this icon, click on this little tab, and under menu, I want to have the menu that we created. So now it's linking all of the pages. So the home, the about, and the contact. And we can change the orientation, we can change this, and you can customize this any which way you want. I probably should have another course on how to do design for this builder because it's so dynamic. You can do a lot with this builder. So once that's done, I'll click on updates. And now you have a page that we've basically already created and everything's ready to go. Now, if you are a freelancer, congratulations. You just have a front page website and everything's ready to go. So tell you what, let's go ahead and go back to the About Us page. So I'll click on this and click on Go to Dashboard. We'll go back and click on the little W icon. Hopefully later they add a easier way to navigate everything. Also, make sure to give these guys a 5-star review. So you can go ahead and say, I deserve it, or you deserve it. And then you can give them a 5-star review saying this page builder is amazing. So anyways, you'll go to the About Us, right? And click on View. Click on Edit Page. So this is how you can design every specific page. So what I'll do is I'll go to Edit with Brizy. And then we can do the same thing, guys. So now we'll just do the same exact thing we did before. So I'll just go to Start Building Your Page, and then so on and so forth. So we can just, build a new page from scratch, and, everything is all good to go. So now you know how to design the website. You know how to add headers. Now let's talk about some quick shortcuts that you can do to make the design process a little easier. So we have this About Us page, right? But we don't really have a menu and a footer. And I don't really feel like designing everything all over again because that's just going to take a long time. So what I'll do is click on Update for now. So this is our About Us page. What I'm going to do is I'll go back to our home page. So I went back to my home page and now I edited Brizy. So I want to take this menu and I want to apply it to other parts of the website. So I'll click on the little dots right here, the white dots, right? That's what we're calling it. And then we'll click on the gear icon and I want to make this global. So what that means is I want this to basically being applied on the website. So now that we have it on a global, we can select a display condition and I want to display this on all of the pages. So what that means is I want this header to be applied to all of the pages. So let's do that. And we should do the same thing for the footer, right? So this will actually save a lot of time. So let's just make sure that's saved. Okay, I'll close it. And then we'll go to the bottom of the website on the home page and do the same thing. So we have the actual footer, make it global. And under the display the conditions, display conditions, we'll do all as well. And then I'll click on save. So now that we've done that, I'll click on update. So what I just did is I'm now saying I want this to be on every single page by default instead of having to recreate everything all over again. So let's go ahead and test it out to see if that's worked. So here we have our home page, right? And I'll go ahead now and click on the About Us page. So now you'll see that we have the header and we also have the footer being applied to every single page. So look at that, that is awesome. So now we have the menu on the About Us page by default, and also we have the footer on the About Us page by default. So it will be applied to all of your pages. However, if we click on the Contact Us section, you will still notice that it is not there, and that's because we have not edited the page yet with Brizy. So if you have global conditions, you need to make sure that you have edited the page with Brizy because then it's kind of conflicting at that point. So just go ahead and click on Edit with Brizy for the Contact Us page. And now you'll see, since we edited it with Brizy, now it's recognizing it and it's applying the header and the footer by default. So that just saves us a lot of work, guys. You know, it makes everything a lot easier. So under a new block, what I'll do is I'll click on Contacts and just put in a contact form. And I will take this, see if we can, here we go. I'll take this and put it in the middle like that. Wait, there we go, here we go. Okay, we got it to work. So look at that, we just made a contact page in a matter of seconds. So let's go ahead now and connect our email so people can send us emails directly from our website. So you'll go ahead and click on the button and you'll click on this little plug icon. Now there's also applications that you can integrate this with. So there's MailChimp, there's ConvertKit, there's all sorts of integrations. Now, if you are in email marketing, I do have a full video on MailChimp, and that goes from beginners to pros, and I'll leave that in the description below. But just go ahead and click on email and you'll use WordPress. So we want WordPress to go ahead and send the actual email. So what I'm gonna do is put in my current email here. Now for subject, what do you want this to say once it hits your email? So I'm gonna say from demo website. And then what I'll do is I'll just go to continue and we're all done. So I'll click on done and I'll click on update. So now let's go ahead and test the contact form to see if it's working. pattywhack@aol.com, and I'll just select something here and then, hey, thank you for the video. And then this is actually built with the contact form, so you can build the contact form any which way you want. So you'll see here how it just offers something that the template came with. And then I'll click on submit. So you'll see your email was sent successfully. So let's go ahead and check the email to see if the message was reached to my inbox. And here it is. So now you'll see we have the message, we have the email address, the name, the email, the project, and the message. So that's how you can connect your email with your WordPress website. Okay, so now that you guys have a full understanding of the website, let's go ahead and modify templates. So now you have some skill and you have some sort of knowledge of the page builder. So what we're gonna do is go to dashboard, and now you see this install Gutenix wizard. Now we'll go ahead and click on this. So we'll click on install Gutenix wizard, and this is the plugin. So it is the Gutenix wizard, and now we'll click on install. So to get that notification, all you'll need to do is you'll need to go ahead and activate the theme on your website. So Gutenix Wizard, I will click on continue. All right, return to dashboard. So there's different themes, and all these different themes, they have templates that work for the Brizy page builder, which is pretty cool. So I want to use the Gutenix free version. So now it's asking us if we want to install a child theme, and we're not going to install a child theme. So we're just going to go ahead and click on that and click on continue. So now what it's going to do is that it's going to offer us templates that we can use on our website. So we have Gutenberg, we have another page builder called Elementor, and then we also have the Brizy builder. Now what we're going to do is that we're going to install a free template on the website, and then we're just going to tweak it a little bit and add some modifications. So this is the one that I used, and you guys can see it looks a little similar. However, I did make some modifications to it. So let's click on install. So the plugin installation, you'll see how it says required plugins and recommended plugins, but we don't need to have the recommended plugins, but if you want to have another contact form on your website, you can do that. All right, so essentially what we're doing right now, guys, is we are just overriding our website and using templates from the theme. So let's go ahead and click on continue here. And it's asking us, do you want to replace or do you want to add this to your current existing content? So I'm gonna go ahead and replace this. So replace, and now they're saying, look, this is a very serious thing. You need to enter in your password just so we know that it's going to remove all the content on your website and replace it with ours. So I'll go ahead and click on validate, and now it's importing our template for us. Okay, so our sample data was imported. Next, I'll go ahead and click on continue. Next, it's regenerating our thumbnails. So it's basically making sure our images are optimized for the placeholders. And just like that, the installation is complete. So let's click on view your websites. And there you go. Now this is your new WordPress website. So this is the actual website, and you can tell it looks very similar to the demo website. However, I did make some modifications and I added some style elements, and I'll go ahead and talk about that in this section of the video. So this part of the video is practice. I just want you guys to understand how to modify pretty much any template that you might come across using the Brizy builder. So first off, we don't need this background. So remember how to change the background? We'll go ahead and say, all right, the background, I want to take this off and I want to add in my background. So right away, you'll notice that we have all of these demo images from the template. So the template actually gives us a lot of the demo images. However, it got rid of mine. So what I'm gonna do is I'll click on upload files and I'll re-upload those again. So here, I'll go ahead and re-upload those and click on open. And I'll also go ahead and upload my logo. So the logo is available in the folder that I gave you guys. So you guys can use this logo. We will use this a little bit later, but no, close that. So for the image, I will use this one and click on select. So we have this background here. So what I'll do now is I'll change this to black. So now we can actually see what we're working with. So also on the top, we have this little text here, so we'll change this also to black. However, I want to add a button. You know, I feel like we need to add something here to kind of encourage people to click on our website or navigate through our website. So what I'll do is I'll just add a button like that. And I can go ahead and take this button and I'll align it there and change this to something like black. Now also, do you guys remember how to create two buttons? If you don't, I hope you do. You just go ahead and right click and click on duplicate. And now I'll change this to something like red. So my whole design aspect here is I'm just trying to incorporate this black, red, and white color scheme, kind of like my website. So I just want to introduce you all to how to, design everything and quickly change it. So we'll change this menu later. Don't worry. When we talk about the theme customizer, it's really tacky and ugly, but don't worry. We will change the actual menu color. So now that we have that section, what we'll do is we'll go ahead and say, you know what? I don't like this yellow section. So what we can do is I'll go ahead and take this out. We're incorporating this other style. So I'll go ahead and close this and I'll upload another image. Now I did add more images inside of my folder. So under the image folder, you will see this image and you will also see this image. So this image is the same. It's just a little dim than the landing page because we don't really want to carry that bright color everywhere on the website. We can have like a dim color. But this is the actual image that you'll need right here. So I'll click on select. All right, so now we have this image here, and I think that image looks pretty good. However, it's too bright and it's taking away too much context away from our text. So what I'll do is I'll just add an overlay. So I'll just go ahead and select a white overlay here, and I'll just kind of fade it out. You see, I'm kind of fading it out. So I want to make sure it's still there, but I just want to go ahead and fade it out a little bit. So we have this text, and we're using a white and black and red color scheme. So we'll need to change this. Now we can change this to black, and also we can leave this as black, but I want to change this divider right here to a red. So you'll notice we have this text here as well. So this text is blocking this. Now I'm going to give you guys a little quick shortcut on how to do this, and we will also talk about what I'm going to do in the next section. But you'll go ahead and click on this about and click on the gear icon. Click on more settings, and under position, you will click absolutes. Don't panic, all right? It's just moved it around for us, that's all. So now we can actually adjust this little bar right here. So I want this to be a red bar, like that. Now I'll go ahead and click on this text again, and I'll click on the gear icon, and I'll go to more settings, and I'll change this position to none. So essentially what that is that you can actually drag this anywhere you want. We will implement this on the next page, so don't panic. And I want to give this about just a slight little color so people can faintly see it, you know, something like that. So now you'll see how it's adding style and decor to our website. All right, cool. So I think this section looks pretty good. So let's go ahead and scroll down to this section. Now this section, I just don't want it. These colors they don't go well with the website. So let's just delete it. So to delete a section, I'll click on that and click on delete. So we deleted that section. However, I want to add something in between because this just doesn't look good. We have too much going on right here. So what I'll do is I'll incorporate images in between this to kind of break up all of this color and stuff that's too close to each other. So I'll click on this plus icon, and under kit 1, I'll go ahead and insert a block. So the block that I use, it just adds a little bit of design emphasis and it kind of takes away from all of this scrunch section, is down here. I think I passed it. Did I pass it? Let's see here. I'll keep scrolling. There it is. So it's this section right here. So it says our office, and then there's 3 little images. So what I'll do is I'll just go ahead and insert that. And there you go. Now I might want to change this because remember, we're using a black, red, and white color scheme. So to adjust the background, I'll just click on this and I'll change this to something like black. Actually, let's see here. There we go. And then this section, we'll need to change this to something like white. So for this section, for the text only, I'll change it to white. So now you'll see how it has that, you know, it's following a specific design. So I do like that. I think it looks good and solid. Now these images, you can always swap them. So you can just go ahead and put any demo images that you want. So what we did here, or what the designers did, is they actually set the image as the actual background, and they did not use an image module. They did that because it forces the image to display all of the way. So if I click on this gear icon here, and I click on the actual background, you'll see how they just added a background image to the background. So they didn't actually use an image module. So that's just a way on how you can kind of manipulate it. Now remember guys, there is no right or wrong way to build the website. However you can get it to work, that's what wins, okay? So it's all about winning. So if you can make it look however you want, that's all that matters. So you'll see how we just have you know, image, image, and image. And then in my demo video, I just added a Lottie file here. So I just added the plus and I added a Lottie file. So I'll find the Lottie and then I'll just insert the Lottie. And yeah, you know, I just did it to add some design and decor to the website. But yeah, I'll just, you know, I'll delete it. It was just for show, you know, I'm all talk. Now, one thing to note, guys, is that if your Pro version deactivated when I imported this template, for some strange reason, my Pro license key deactivated. So if that happens to you, and you lose the Pro elements, just go back to your settings under license and reactivate your license. I'm not really sure why, but my license deactivated when I imported the template. So pretty strange. So next we'll go ahead and scroll down and we'll fix this section. So we want to carry a black, red, and white, right? But this is too much. There's too much going on here. We can't use this. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and go to the background. I'll delete that. And under the image, I added another image here. So I added this one. However, it's a lot lighter and it's not too much red and black. So I'll go ahead and insert that. And now you'll see how it incorporates this little design right here. So it just adds a little bit of design, not too much. So now you'll see that these are actually invisible and we can't see it. So that's kind of frustrating. So what we'll need to do is just go ahead and double click on the elements and then change it to black. And then also for this one, I'll change this to red. And then for this one right here, I'll change this to black as well, just to give it some feel. Sometimes you have to work in the dark, you know, it's just how it goes. So here we go. We have, and then we have, there we go. Now we can see it. So for this button, I just want the text to be black. I don't want the actual background. So for the background, we'll leave it as transparent, but for the text, I'll change it to black. So again, guys, sometimes you'll have to work in the dark. So if that happens to you, you know, I do apologize, but that's just how it is sometimes. So what we'll do here is I want to go ahead and add in another section, but I don't want to do it again like this. You know, I want to kind of mix it up. So just like my demo website you guys saw, I added a background. So what I'll do is for this section, I'll just add in a black background like that. Oh, there we go. A black background. There we go. So black, make sure that this is a black, and even under the hover, keep it as black. So something like that. So remember, when you're editing these columns, you need to make sure that the hover is also black. So here I'll just change that up to 100. There you go. So now it doesn't disappear when we hover over it. And then this, I'll change it to red, right? Now we do have a column there. We do have an element there. So we need to actually change this to black. There we go. Okay, cool. And then we'll just go ahead and mimic that. So the same thing here. So this looks a lot better. So now you'll see how this design comes into play. And this last section, this is actually an image. Now what we can do is we can just use a filter to change the color. So I don't have this image, but I want it to kind of match the website. So what I'll do is I'll just add in a filter here to kind of change it to this red, or we can even change it to a black. You know, we can just find out which filter makes it black. Here we go. Here we go. Let's see. Will this make it black? So guys, I am not a filter expert, as you can tell. So I'm just gonna, you know, you get it. We can change this to, there we go. That's the closest we'll get. So that's as close as we're gonna get. So that's good. And then for the art director, I'll change this to black. So now you guys are getting it, right? Now you understand how this works. And this contact us section, I don't need it. So what I'll do is I'll just go ahead and say, you know what? I don't want this contact us section. So that's pretty much it. So now we have this bottom section. Now we can add a footer again if you want to do that. We can just go ahead and go to the bottom and add a footer. However, I'm not going to do that because I've already shown you guys how to add a custom footer to your website. So we will be using the theme customizer in just a little bit. But look at that. We made a professional, beautiful homepage and it looks great. So congratulations. This is your new homepage. All right, party people, so that is pretty much it for the web design process of this video. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to leave this domain in the description of this video, and you guys all have homework. So I want you guys to kind of look at what I've done with the website and understand, you know, how I changed the colors and how I did everything. Now there is one little, obstacle you guys might have is under the services page, you can see I added this really unique style. So I added this services and it kind of goes all the way down, and then we have this help section. So what I did here is I just added the absolute positioning and I just made the column really small, so it forces the text to kind of go down like that and just gives it that really elegant professional look. So yeah, you guys can go ahead and take a look at this domain. It's in the description of this video, so you can always reference back to it. So that's pretty much it for the web design process. Now let's go ahead and move on to the next section of this tutorial. All right, so now you know how to design the website using the drag and drop builder. You know, there's so many ways on how you can approach it. You can use the blocks, you can modify the templates, you can mix and match, you can do anything that you can possibly think of. So now that you know how to design the website with the drag and drop page builder, let's talk about the theme customizer. So the theme customizer controls the outside of the website that the page builder normally does not. So it controls like parts of your blog, it controls the header and the footer, and it just adds like general options. So let's just go ahead and touch base on the theme customizer. Alright, welcome to the theme customizer section. So in this part of the video, I'll be talking about WordPress themes, the customizer settings for WordPress themes, and I'll also touch base on what plugins are. So to access your theme customizer of whatever theme that you're using, on the top of your bar, you'll see this customize button. So go ahead and click on that. And then you'll get these little, you'll get all this stuff on the left side. Now, notice at the top here how my bar has already changed, and this is all done with the theme customizer. So remember, the theme customizer controls parts of the website that the page builder does not. So one little quick shortcut, if you guys see these little pencils on your bars or on your footer or your header, if you click on that, it'll just take you to that specific section to decorate it. So here you'll see I can, change the background color to, something else. Like that, and there you go. But that's just, if you see those pencils, that's what they're referring to. But anyways, so let's just go back. So first we have some options. So we have site identity. So this is the site title of your name. So I'll put Darrel Wilson and then Brizy tutorial. Now this will only display depending if you want it. So we can have this being displayed, or we can just have the logo only. So see here how it says Brizy tutorial. However, if you don't want it to display just your logo, you can just go ahead and uncheck that and you are all good to go. Now we also have font family. So every theme has different fonts. So let's see if they have Popups here. Do they have Popups? There we go. They got Popups. Awesome. So Popups will be the default font for your menu. So over here, you'll see that these are the current fonts. So just because we're using this specific menu, that's why we can't see it, but we'll change that in a little bit. But at this point, you guys can go through this and mess around with the fonts and the font size, the line height. So these options are very similar to the page builder, except it's just decorating the header. So we have site identity, and then let's go to general settings. So general settings, this is like the page layout. So by default, the page is full width. However, if you want it like box with no sidebar, you can do that as well. Full width, left sidebar. Now, some of these settings might conflict with one another because we set the page templates for Brizy to be full width. So if you want to go ahead and enable these settings, then you'll need to go to the page and then enable the default theme settings. You understand? So remember, the page setting that we set earlier is a Brizy template. And if you want to use the theme customizer instead, then you'll have to enable the default theme template for the page settings. So you can see how the theme customizer and the page builder, they kind of like go at it, they kind of like push and tug at each other. So you just have to figure out which one you want and what's good for your website. So next we have the page title, and we disable the page title by default when we enable the Brizy templates. However, if you show the page title, then you'll need to go into the page setting, and then you'll have to enable the theme settings. So remember, these options will only be applied if you enabled the actual theme settings. So, and then they have like mobile browsers where someone comes to your website on mobile. How will this look? So this will have a black bar and a preloader. So this theme offers a preloader, and that's essentially just like a little preloader like that, and it's just with your logo. So you can have it as default, or you can enable it. So it's just up to you, but I'm going to disable that. That's pretty much for slow websites, for people who just, who have slow websites. So here's our header. So this is actually important. So the header and the footers are probably the most useful part of the theme customizer. So this is a show top panel. Oh, that's cool. So now you have this top panel. You can also set like a social menu, like your social links and stuff like that. Then you can put something here and show menu. What's that? Okay. Oh, we got another menu up there. So yeah, I don't really know every single theme and every single theme option. I don't think anyone in the world does. And if they do, they're probably a bunch of losers who sit at home all day. But you just have to go and fiddle with these options and see what the theme offers. I chose this specific theme because it has templates and it has a really cool layout for the menu. So this is the actual menu, the header bar. So the layout, we have layout 1. Now you'll see how we have the, we have the font over there. We have style 2, style 3, there we go, and then style 4. It looks similar. They look similar, but it's probably just positioned differently. So style 5, it's in the middle. And let's check it. Let's get rid of that ugly background. Dear God, there we go. And then for the link color, we probably would want to change this. So maybe change this to like a white. Oops, whoops. And also the link hover. That means when I hover over it, it should turn white. Now, if these changes don't apply when you're messing around with the theme customizer, you'll probably have to publish this and then close it and then view it. Sometimes when you're making changes through the theme customizer, sometimes it doesn't apply all the time. Then we have vertical padding. So vertical padding, again, you'd probably want to save this and then go ahead and check out the theme customizer. But I think we can see the space there being applied there. So yeah, let's go put that back. And then we also have show social links. So you can show social links up there and so on and so forth. So yeah, at this point, guys, you just go through all these options and seeing what works out for you. The logo and favicon. Yeah, so for the logo and favicon, this is where you'd want to go ahead and upload your logo. Now you guys can use my logo temporarily just to, just to have like a place filler, but you'll see also that we have this section, and this is actually the favicon. So when you visit the website, you see at the top left here how we have this actual logo. So you'd put your logo there, and that would display when people visit your website. So that is pretty cool. So that is basically a quick rundown of the actual, like the header and some of the actual theme customizer options. Also, we have homepage settings, and once we have a blog, this is where you're going to go ahead and put your blog page. So you would assign the post page as your blog page, and then whenever you make your post, they will be displayed right here. So I'll just go ahead and click on publish there and just save that for now. So let's talk about plugins, and then we'll also touch base on themes, and I'll give you guys a little bonus for watching this video in just a bit. Also, make sure to give Brizy a 5-star review. I think this page builder, it's a great page builder. They added a lot of stuff like in the past year. So yeah, be sure to give them a 5-star positive review. So we'll go to plugins and go to add new. So I'll click on popular. So plugins are basically, again, applications for your website, and plugins I recommend is like Yoast. Yoast is an amazing plugin. So what Yoast does is that it'll actually display your website in the search engine the way you want it to look. For example, I'll just go to Google right here, and I'll type in breast protein powders, something like that. So you'll see we have a list of all this stuff. So you see how we have the text, and then we have this actual description. So that's what the Yoast plugin does. It displays the website the way you want it to look. So if you want your website to have a nice presence in the search engine, you'll go ahead and install this plugin, and then you can actually mess around with it. And I have a full tutorial on it. I'll leave that in the description below. Also, WooCommerce. So this turns your website into an e-commerce website, and it's 100% free. It's an amazing plugin. And then we also have like really simple SSL. This is basically when your SSL does not appear, it will force it to display because sometimes weird things happen and it just doesn't work. And then we have WordFence security, firewall, and malware scan. So this is just a security plugin. I don't like it actually. I think it slows down the website, and that's just my preference. I just don't like it. I'd rather use Sakuri, and that's what I'm using on my website. So again, these are just basically plugins that will help you with your website. Plugins are good, however, do not have too many. So the limit I would say is do not have more than 10 plugins on your website. If you have more than 10 plugins on your website, the website will be slow. So I would just kind of try to avoid having a lot of plugins, and that's just my, opinion. So now that I've introduced you all to plugins and you have a general understanding of what plugins are, let's talk about different themes. So if you're watching this video and you don't like the Gutenext theme, no problem. You're like, what, Darrel, I don't like Gutenext. I just feel like it's not for me. You can switch your themes back and forth, and you will not lose your page. So let's just go ahead and say, all right, let's just go to popular, and we'll install the Astra theme. The Astra theme is also a very popular WordPress theme. And I have a full video on Astra, and I even have a discount code, and I'll leave that code in the description if you guys want to. But yeah, so what I'll do is go ahead and visit the site now. And you'll notice how the site looks a little distorted. And this is going to happen, guys, with every theme. And the reason why it looks like that is because we haven't set the actual page template for the builder. So it's simple. Just like we did before, I'll click on Edit Page. And every theme, again, has different theme options. So here we have the sidebar. So I don't want a sidebar, and I want this full width, and I don't want a title. And that's it. And I'll click on Updates. And now let's click on View the Page. And there you go. So now we have the same website. Everything is 100% intact. Everything's the same, except now we have the customize option. And now this theme offers different options for our theme. So that's pretty cool. So they have a bunch of like, they have a transparent header. So they have a bunch of really cool options. And yeah. So now that you understand a little bit about the WordPress themes, there are specific themes that will give you templates for Brizy. So I'll go ahead and go to the appearance and theme section and just kind of show you which ones do. So I'll go ahead and also put these in the description of this video in case you want free templates. So Astra does offer free templates for Brizy. Also Neve also offers free templates for Brizy. And there's another theme called Zacra. And here, I'll just type them in for you. Zacra. So this theme also offers free templates for Brizy. And there is also, I think it's Suki. Yes, Suki. This theme also offers free templates for Brizy. So what I'll do is just click on the Astra options and give you an example. So this is the Astra theme. Now what I'll do is I will install the importer plugin. And now it's asking me to select the page builder. Now every theme that has starter templates, they will have a plugin that allows you to have more templates specifically for Brizy. So I'll click on Brizy here. And these are the list of the themes that are, the templates that we can use for Astra. So there is quite a lot of different templates that we can use for Brizy. And if you want to see the free ones, just click on free. And these are all the free templates that we can use. So every theme has starter templates and they can really help you out, especially if you're just getting started out with WordPress. Now, if you want to see the paid ones, you can click on agency. And these are a list of the premium ones. So the images are a little bit more in detail and it just looks a little bit nicer. So if you guys want to have access to this pro version, I'll leave a coupon code. I believe the code Darrel10 will give you like 10% off the Astra Pro. So you can have access to all of the starter templates. So again, when you are using WordPress, feel free to go to different themes. And as long as you're using Brizy, you can switch between themes and you will not have a problem with losing your content. So what I'll do is I'll just go ahead and activate Gutenext again. And then I'll go ahead and click on visit sites. And there you go. We're right back to where we started. So that's just a way on how you can kind of see, we have to probably mess around with the theme options. Sometimes when you switch between themes, there might be some small theme customizer differences. But yeah, in a nutshell, that's themes. That is the theme customizer. And also that's plugins. So feel free to go ahead and check out the other themes. Maybe you might want to see what's better off for you and your website. And also I'll go ahead and put all of those themes that offer free templates for Brizy in the description below of this video. So that's it for the actual theme customizer settings and this all section with themes and plugins. I hope I was very clear and transparent. If you guys have any questions for me, put them in the comments below. And with that said, let's go on to the next section, guys. All right, so now that you're becoming a professional, let's go ahead and talk about the advanced features. So Brizy by default looks simple, but it does offer some very unique and dynamic features that we didn't really talk about in the tutorial. So let's go ahead and go through each of them and I'll cover each one step by step to make sure that you get everything out of this page builder, because you did buy the pro version. So I just want to make sure that you actually get everything out of this page builder. So with that said, let's go back to the video. All right, party people, welcome to the features section. So in this part of the video, I'll be talking about all the features that comes with Brizy. Now there's quite a few options that Brizy has to offer that you probably can't find on your own. So I'll be covering all of those features in this part of the video. Number one is white labeling. Now, for those of you who don't know what white labeling is, it's generally a term used in the web design industry, and it kind of basically hides what you're using from your client. So for example, we have this Brizy section. And the reason why you'd want to hide this is because maybe people don't know about Brizy, and maybe your clients are, oh, what's Brizy? Let's go ahead and Google Brizy. And then, they start, doing research on it. Maybe they start watching videos, and then you just lost your client. Now they want to learn how to use it on their own. The whole purpose of this is to hide what you're doing and just say, you know what, I'm just using a builder. They don't have to know which one, right? So let's go ahead and incorporate white labeling onto your website. So to enable white labeling on your website, all you'll need to do is you'll need to log into your website. And then once you do that, you'll go ahead and type in, let's see, dash question mark, Brizy enable whitelist equals true. You'll type that in, move my mouse, and then you'll press enter. Once you do that, you'll go back to your dashboard. It might kick you out or put you somewhere else. Under Brizy, you will then see white label options. So go ahead and click on white label. All right. So company name, so maybe you don't want people to know that you're using Brizy, so you can put your company name. So let's just say my company's name is Patty, Patty. So I'll just go ahead and put Patty here. Oh, no. Whoa. There we go. Patty. So for the company logo, what you'll need to do is you'll need to access your media. So what I'll do is go to this other dashboard and I'll go to media. And then, so you're going to find your logo. And let's just say you have a logo here. Now your logo must be 20 by 20 pixels. So it has to be pretty small. So what I'll do is I'll edit this image and I'll try to make this 20. Let's see, this is we do 19 by 20. There we go. So I'll go ahead and scale this. And that's my new logo. So what I'll do is I'll say, okay, this is the logo. This is what I want. I'll go ahead and close this and I'll go back. And what I'll do is I'll take this file URL and copy it. I'll go back over here and I'll paste this in there. So I'll paste it in there like that and I'll change it. Once I change it, I'll click on Save Changes. Also, you'd want to do the same thing here, but just have it 40 by 40 and then change your support URL to your website and also your about URL to whatever website you want and click on Save Changes. Now you'll see on the left side how we have Patty here and it has the little, my logo. So the reason why we do this is, again, we just want to kind of hide the builder. We just want them to not really know what we're using. So that's white labeling in a nutshell. So yeah, it's just helpful. It just makes sure that your clients don't get nosy and start looking at what you're building and start saying, I don't like that. And they get really annoying. So that's how you would enable white labeling on your website. The next thing we'll do is we'll go ahead and enable pop-ups on your website. So let's go to, we got the Patty builder now. So Patty, and we'll go to pop-ups. So let's go ahead and add in a new pop-up. So essentially what a pop-up is just enabling some sort of pop-up on your website. So I'll just do home page pop-up and I'll click on publish. Then I will edit with Patty. So see how it's saying Patty now? That's pretty cool, right? It doesn't have to give all the information out to everybody. So let's go ahead and click on the, add a pop-up. And, they have a lot of pop-ups by default for us. So that's pretty cool. What I'll do is just say, I don't know. Here, we got this one right here. We'll just, this is a pop-up builder. And now you can just build the pop-up just like you do with the normal page builder. So you can just go ahead and access the elements and then you can build this according to what you want to do. So I will click on update. Now on the builder on the top left, we have this little pop icon. So scroll page behind, we have display conditions. So this is probably where you want to display it. Now you can also have these trigger when someone clicks on a specific button as well. So for example, we have on page load, we have like 3 seconds when the page loads, and I only want to trigger this pop-up only once. So I'll go ahead and enable that and click on save. And that's it, we're done. So now what I'm saying is when I visit the website, this should load 3 seconds after they visit. And there's other, there's other conditions. So you can go ahead and mess around with these like after an activity. So if they're not doing anything and so on and so forth. So I will go ahead and click on update. So there's our pop-up, right? So 3 seconds and it popped up. No, thank you. I don't want to do that. But let's click on edit page with Patty. I like that. I like the Patty builder. That's a good one. I should make my own builder. I should, stop promoting companies and make my own builder. So here we have the button, and what I'll do is I'll click on this link. So now you'll see we have pop-up. So now I'll click on this little icon right here. And now you'll see these beautiful list of pop-ups that we can use. So I'll just say I want to have maybe you can have like click here to get 25% or click here to watch the YouTube video or so on and so forth. So I'll click on updates. All right, so now when I click on this button here, what it's going to do is that it's going to bring up that pop-up. So I'll click on button and there you go. Now we have this YouTube video of this guy, he's recording in like, look at this, he's recording in like 10 FPS. Look how laggy he is. So, but yeah, that's just an example of how you can have pop-ups on your website and also how you can have click pop-ups anywhere you want on your WordPress website. So let's move on to the mega menu builder. So first I'll go ahead and I'll just go ahead and say edit this page with Patty. I'll close these other browsers. I don't think I need them at this point. So what I'll do first is I'll go ahead and add in a header. So simple, add in a header, and we'll just grab in, Let's see. I don't know. We'll just grab in this one here. Just something simple. And the next thing I'll do is I'll take that and I'll put it to the top. Okay. So now I'll select the menu from the element options. So go ahead and select the menu. Oh, wrong one. Let's close that. Okay, yeah. Sometimes you got to work your way around that stuff, guys. So yeah. So here is my main menu, right? So now that we have this, what I can do is, you know what? I want to make this a mega menu. So what I'll do is I'll just go ahead and click on the page and I'll click on the mega menu, and now you'll see the mega menu option be displayed, and I'll just click on it. So now what you can do is we can actually have a specific mega menu for this specific menu. So just like we built the other pages, we can go ahead and design the mega menu. So what I'll do is I'll first add in a row, right? And I think that's good. So we'll add in an image here, and then we'll add in a text, and then I'll throw in a button under this text like that, right? And then I can align this. So this is a really cool feature. I really, really like this option. So now we can kind of, you know, we can customize stuff and we can make it look cool. See, that works. And then I'll change this to something like white. And then I will see, we can duplicate this, and there you go. So now we have this really cool, unique style mega menu. So when they click on it, it brings down this drop-down menu, and then they can click on this. And then again, you can link this to somewhere else on your website, like my website, www.darrelwilson.com. Give me some free traffic, guys, and I'll open this in a new tab. And then I'll click on updates. So let's test the mega menu. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and just hover over this. And now you'll see how we have this really cool mega menu being displayed under the menu. So that's a really cool option. If you guys want to have that, you can have a mega menu for your websites. All right, party people, this is a very easy part of the tutorial, but it's also very important. So we're going to talk all about mobile optimization, and we're going to run your website through the mobile friendly test by Google to make sure that it is mobile responsive and mobile friendly. Now, my audio in this part of the video might not be the best, guys, because I'm actually recording this right now from my hotel room. I'm actually in quarantine for 2 weeks in Bangkok because I recently came to Thailand, and this is my hotel, and I'm actually way up there. I'm actually in this room right here, but this is the hotel I'm at. It's really nice. It's really cool, but I have to stay here for 2 weeks because that's the part of the rules of going to Thailand right now. You have to be quarantined for 2 weeks. So yeah, it's my hotel. Pretty cool. Yeah, they got a nice big pool, but you can't swim in it. So yep, that's that. So let's talk about mobile optimization. Now, on the bottom left of your screen, you'll see this computer icon. So you can click on mobile view and you'll see 3 options. You'll see desktop, tablet, and mobile. So first I'll go ahead and click on tablet. So now when you are looking at your website from a tablet point of view, you can edit it and design it just like you normally would on the desktop version. However, everything here will be only applied to people visiting your website on a tablet device. So let's say, for instance, you're like, you know what? I want this to be a little bit more centered for my tablet users. I just want to, change the style of this a little bit. You can go ahead and design this accordingly to make sure that, it looks good for people coming to your website on a tablet. So let's just say I want to go ahead and click on these and say, you know what? Let's put those in the center. And I think that looks a little bit more cleaner and nicer for tablet users, and we can kind of scrunch it up and just make it look a lot nicer. So I think this approach looks really, really nice. And then again, you can change the text size of anything. So you can go ahead and click on the text and say, you know what, guys, I think for this section, we're going to make the text look a little smaller, 13 pixels. Also this section, we can go ahead and adjust it there as well. So yeah, you can go ahead and go through your website and adjust it. Now for mobile users and mobile responsiveness, you'll just have to use common sense. There's really no way to explain it. You just have to kind of look at the website and say, does this look correct? And after you're done editing your website, you can run it through the mobile friendly test by Google to determine if your website is mobile responsive. So let's just say, for instance, when you're editing on specific devices, you're going to come across elements that just don't look good or don't need to be added on tablet users or for people visiting your website on mobile or tablet, like these 2 images. Like what's the purpose of these 2 images? I can't even tell what they are. So let's just get rid of them. So to get rid of a specific image only for a specific device, you'll go ahead and just click on the icon and click on the eye icon. and that's it, it's gone. So you'll go ahead and click on that, and you'll see now it's disappeared. So this is now the new way tablet users will see your websites. Now let's just say, okay, you forgot what you deleted. It's like, oh, what did I get rid of? You can click on this eye icon at the bottom right, and it'll actually show you where these are at. So you'll see how these are blurred out. My internet connection is a little slow, guys, so but you'll see anything that's invisible will be displayed here. Now remember, these are not deleted. They are just invisible for tablet users. So I'll go ahead and click on the icon, and there we go. So you'll just, go ahead and take a look. And does this look good? I think this looks good for tablet users. So after you're done, you'll click on updates, and now you have just made the changes for your tablet users. So a more important one probably is mobile devices. So you want to make sure your website is mobile responsive, and Google will actually rank your website better if it's more mobile responsive. So let's click on mobile. So there are a few things I would change with this. For example, I don't know if we need this little like sign in and get started thing right here. Maybe we can even take this off. So I'll just say, let's put that invisible. And maybe for this whole menu right here, we can center it. I just want to center it because I think it looks better, centered. So we can do that for all of them like that. So that makes a little bit more sense. And then just like we did before, we can make this text smaller or bigger. Maybe you don't even need to have all this text. So you know what? Let's just make that invisible because I think this looks a little bit more cleaner. And we can keep scrolling. Right away, I can tell we don't need these images right here. I mean, they're just unnecessary images. So you'll go ahead and hide these for mobile users. And then we will, center align all this stuff because this stuff, it just needs to be center aligned because, it just doesn't look, it doesn't look good when it's like all like scrunched to the left. So again, remember for mobile responsiveness, you'll just have to use general common sense. Does this look good? Do you think this is suitable for mobile users? And if it's not, just go ahead and change it by just clicking on, whatever icon it is to adjust it, vice versa. Now, also on the right side, you'll see padding, and you can also adjust the margin and everything. So let's say, for example, like we have this icon here. I'll change this really quick. But let's just say right here we have all this space and we want to adjust the padding. You can go ahead and adjust the padding for specific devices. So if you want to add padding or margin or an entrance animation or anything right here, you can go ahead and adjust this as needed for any specific device. So I think that's pretty much it for our page right here. So now that we've actually, optimized it, what we can do is, maybe I'll drag that up a little bit. There we go. It looks a lot better like that. Yeah, there we go. There we go. So now that I've done that, I will go ahead and click on updates. Okay, so now that we've optimized our website for mobile users, let's go ahead and run it through Google's mobile friendly tester to see how it works out. So I'll go ahead and enter my domain, and I'll press on enter. And here we go. So our page is mobile friendly, and you'll see how it looks like from Google's perspective. So the website looks really nice and everything looks really clean. So that's pretty much it for the mobile responsiveness sections. Also, for those of you who are using presets, such as the H2, H3, H4, and everything else, what you can do is you can click on a specific heading and you can pre-optimize specific headings for specific devices. So let's say you have heading 1, and heading 1 you want it to look like a specific way for tablet users, and then for mobile we can change the heading 1 for whatever it is that you set for heading 1. So if you do use presets, just know that you can go ahead and add in your tablets and also your mobile presets for whatever heading that you're using. So guys, that's pretty much it for the mobile responsiveness section. Let's go ahead and move on to the next section. So next we're going to talk about the theme builder. The theme builder is probably the #1 most popular advanced feature out there. So it allows you to kind of override the theme settings. So if you don't want to use your theme settings, you can actually use the page builder to override those settings and act as the header and footer or other various parts of the website. So let's go ahead and jump into the theme builder. So let's say, for example, you go to your website, right? And we type in dash this right here, and we're brought to this page. So basically, I want Brizy to design this page. I don't want the theme to design this page because by default now we have the theme actually building this page. So what we'll do is we'll use the theme builder. So let's go to our dashboard. We'll go to Patty and we'll click on the templates tab. So the templates tab is essentially where you can have your theme builder. So that's basically where other parts of your website that normally aren't accessible with the builder, how you can now access them with the builder. So for example, I'll click on Add New, and this will be the 404 page. 404 page, and then we have the conditions. So we have the 404 page. In fact, you'll have all your pages. So if you click on Archives, you'll see all the pages that are available on your website. So I'll click on Single, and I will have this on the 404 page. And that's it. I'll click on Add, and then I will click on Publish. But I also probably want to put templates and click under, actually no, we'll leave it under default template. That's fine. So now that we've done that, I'll click on Edit with Patty. And then I will build the page. So we'll go ahead and just grab something really quick. I'll just, I'm looking for like a one button little template that just, it's just one little button because it'll just redirect them. So I'll click on this guy here. So I'll just be like lost. And then I'll change this to white, and I will make this a lot bigger, just to kind of really, emphasize like, hey, where you going? Just to help them, just to let them know that this page does not exist. I will delete all of this stuff on the bottom. And this will be something like, I don't know, go back to home, home page. So this will be like, go back to home. And under this little link here, I'll just put my home address. So demotutorialdomain.com. And that's it. So you can, of course, design this and everything, but I'm just going to update this. And this is now my new 404 page. So now when someone enters in a incorrect URL, they should be brought to this page. So let's test it out. Okay, so let's just say, for example, someone goes to your website and they're lost and they type in something. It should take them to that 404 page that we created. So pretty cool. And then if I click on go to home page, it'll take them to whatever page you want them to go to. Now in this specific case, it's going to take them to my websites. So that's just a way on how you can navigate them to go back to your website. All right, so next let me talk about the blog. So let's incorporate a blog on our website using the Brizy page builder. So first what I'll do is I'll create a page for the blog. So I'll go to plus new and click on page. You guys can tell I'm just messing around with my, my website while I'm editing. I'm just like adding stuff and, So anyways, blog page, and click on publish and publish. Now I have already made some posts. So if you need to make some posts, you'll go to post, and then under all posts, you can click on add new, and then you can go ahead and make your post. So like amazing things for girls. And then you can put some content here, of course. And then, as always, you'd want to put your featured image here, like, whatever. And then that would be the post. But yeah, I'm not going to go into posts because that involves going into Gutenberg and other stuff. I'll probably have another video on all of the different styles of bloggings and posts and stuff because we can spend another 2 hours on blog posts and, archive posts for categories and all sorts of stuff. So anyways, I made the page. Now, since I made the page, I want to assign it to the menu. So under appearance, I'll click on menus, and we have the blog page, and I'll add that to the menu. So I'll just put it right there and click on save. Next, I'll go ahead and visit the website and just make sure that the page is on the menu. All right, cool. So there's the blog page. I'll click on blog. And this is the current blog page. So I'm going to edit this with Brizy. So I'll click on edit page, and I will edit this with Brizy. And for page attributes, I'll make sure that's full width, and then I will edit with Brizy. All right, so now let's design the blog page. So what I'll do is first I'll just add a new blog, and I want to add some style to the blog. I want to give it some decor a little bit. So what you can do is just kind of find a page or style that you think might fit your blog. And of course, don't worry, as always, we can edit everything. So I'll just, I'll grab this one here. The next thing I'll do is click on the plus icon, and I will scroll down to find posts. So you'll see how this says WordPress and this says posts. So what I'll do is I'll just drag and drop it right there. And this other stuff here, I don't really need this, so I'll just go ahead and delete all this other junk, just because I just wanted to use part of the templates, but it's not all of it. So I'm lazy, guys. Remember, I'm super lazy, so I'll go ahead and delete all this stuff. And then, yeah, so this will be basically the blog post. Now, you can go ahead and design the content style. So you can have a specific font, a specific color. So just like we did before, you can go ahead and style everything. Now, this is called dynamic content. So what this is going to do is that it's going to automatically pull the images from your posts and also the post excerpt, which is the content that was written in the blog, and it'll display it right here. Now, there are other elements that you can use to kind of add stuff like breadcrumbs or post info or post navigation, and you can go ahead and just like drag and drop elements in there. Like, for example, so now it has like the previous and the next post. So yeah, you'd have to go through those and mess around with those, and that could take some time, obviously. So, but yeah, so what I'll do now is click on update, and I will preview our beautiful blog page. So here are my current blog posts. So the best things, 10 tips for your website, and things to add to your websites. And then if you have more, obviously we can go to previous or go to next if there's more posts. But since I only have 3, there's no other option. So let's say someone, you're at your blog and they want to go ahead and read this. They just click on read more, and it takes them to the blog post. So that's it. So that's a really cool way on how to style and design your blog using Brizy. Now, for the posts, you can also use Brizy to design your posts. But I think I'll be saving that for another video, because I can easily, again, guys, talk about blog posts for another hour or 2 hours. And some people might not even be using blogs on their website. But that's how you can incorporate a blog post. And remember, these blogs, it's pulled dynamically from your website. So if I go to my dashboard, and I go to my posts, these are the posts that will display automatically. So for example, if I click on edits, things to add to your website, you'll see the featured image right here, and then you'll see the content and all of that cool stuff. So that's how you can add a blog to your website using Brizy. And again, I'm not gonna go into detail with blogs, so I think I'll save that for another video. And if I do decide to make that, I'll leave that in the description below of this video. But now that you guys know about blogs and all that fun stuff, let's go ahead and move on to the next section. All right, congratulations. So now that we know the fundamentals of building websites, let's go ahead and talk about the Brizy Cloud. Now, the Brizy Cloud is probably the most popular feature that Brizy offers. Essentially, what it allows you to do is work on your website and other websites from one location. When you work on your website, it'll automatically sync onto the website that you're working on from the Brizy Cloud. So it's a very unique and popular platform. So let's go ahead and dive into it. Okay, so in this last section, I'm gonna introduce you all to the Brizy Cloud. Now, the Brizy Cloud is a very innovating feature. It allows you to work and modify all of your websites from one location. Now, your websites can be hosted on your server, or they can also be hosted on the Brizy Cloud server. So in this tutorial, I'll show you how to use it for both your server and their server. So just to give you an idea of what I'm talking about, maybe you're kind of new to this and you don't understand. Let's say, for instance, we have this domain right here. So what you can do is you can make a new project, and then I can go ahead and edit the project. So now we can go ahead and build the website as normal. You can go ahead and just, make any changes you want to the website. So I have, this is a great looking website, but instead I'll change this to just Brizy, and I'll make the text here, bold and italicized, and wait, there we go. And then I'll just change this to something like white. So Brizy, and then I'll update it. Now on the current website, you'll see that for this domain, we have, this is a great looking website. Now, since I made the changes on the Brizy Cloud, it'll then go ahead and affect the current domain that it's on. So I will go ahead and just wait a few minutes. I'll refresh this page. All right, and I waited about 3 to 4 minutes, and you'll see how the website changed to what I put in the Brizy Cloud. So I'll go ahead and walk you through on how to do this to your website. So in this part of the video, we will do the actual server sync, which is this one, and then we'll also do the custom domain. So let's say, for example, you want to buy like a $1 domain from some website, and then you want Brizy to host it. We can go ahead and do that. So I'll walk you through on how to do both. So I'll let you, let you decide. So the first thing that we'll do, obviously, is we'll create a new project. So you'll click on create a new project, and then just click on create. So now you're just gonna go ahead and just build a normal website. So you'll see how I created it. Here is the project, and I'll click on edit project. Okay, so then just go ahead and build your website normally. So I'll just add a new, I'll just add a pre-made layout. And let's see here. We'll just do, see what we got going on here. We'll grab this one. We'll grab a Creed. And then I will import this layout to the website. So here is the layout. I'll go ahead and save this as draft. So we don't really have to publish it yet because we have to adjust some server settings. So let's go ahead and do that next. So let's go ahead and just go over here and go back to our dashboard. So this is the current project, and I'll just do the demo website just to make sure that you guys understand which one I'm working on because I have so many. And then on these little dots, I will click on Publish, and I will click on the download under Server Sync. Okay, so once you click on download on the bottom left of your screen, you will see you get a zip file. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that zip file and I'm going to drag it to my desktop. Like that. There we go. So before we do anything, we need to actually make one small modification to a file inside of the zip file. Yes, I know, it's fun time. So let's go ahead and double click on the zip. And you have this folder now. All right, double click on that. Now you need to find the HTTP access file. So this is the file that you need. Now this might be invisible. So if you are on a Mac, you're gonna hold Control, Shift, and period, and that will actually make the file appear. So this is an invisible file. So again, you will hold the Command, Shift, and press the period, and that will basically bring it on and off. See that? So I'm just kind of like hiding it and unhiding it. So what you'll do is you will double click and open this file. So we need to make some small changes to this file. So you see how we have this little number sign? Delete that one over here, delete this one, and delete this one. Now you'll go ahead and put in the domain that you want to host. So let's say, for example, you want to host a specific website here. You're going to put that domain in right there. So now under the yourdomain.com, I'll go ahead and put the one I want, which is yokks.com, YOKKS.com. And then the same thing right here. So just go ahead and put in your website, yokes.com. Now, the main reason why we're doing this is because we want people to know that we're using www. Our website, and also for those of you who have SSLs, which everyone should, we want to make sure it gets redirected to the correct domain. So that's why we're doing this. Now, once you have done this, you will actually save this file. All right, so we saved it, and I'll close it. Now, under that file, I'll go ahead and recompress it. So I'll go ahead and compress the file again. And there you go. Okay, so once we have the file, let's go to our cPanel. So if you are using SiteGround, you can go ahead and log into your cPanel. Now, in everyone's cPanel, doesn't matter what hosting company you're using, you will see the file manager. So go ahead and find the file manager for your, in your hosting company or whoever you use. And you have these options, and this might be scary at first, but it's really not. You'll go ahead and just find the domain that you're using. So I'm using yokes.com, right? Now, if we are going to use the Brizy Cloud, we need to have nothing in this folder. So unfortunately, make sure that this is a starter domain with nothing on it. So we're going to delete the files on that domain. So if you have a website on there already, it will be deleted. So you want to make sure you have a backup of it. But if you want to use the Brizy Cloud, you will have to start over from scratch. So I'm going to go ahead and say, all right, you know what? I want to, start from scratch. So I'll go ahead and delete all these files. So nothing is in this folder, nothing. So let's go ahead now and upload that zip file. So for Name Hero exclusively, you have to actually upload the zip. For some servers, you can just drag and drop the actual folder, but specifically for Name Hero, they don't allow that. So, every hosting company is different. So let's go ahead and click on upload. Make sure you are, you click your domain and then click on upload. And then I will go ahead and drag and drop the zip file. All right, cool. So it's 100% done, and I'll go ahead and go back to the current cPanel. So now we have the zip file. So what we need to do next is we need to actually take those files out of the zip file. So I'll go ahead and click on the file, right click, and go to extract. So I want to go ahead and extract all these files. So I'll just click on extract files, and there you go. So now we have the Brizy file, and we only need here is the Brizy file. We don't need anything else. So I'm gonna go ahead and delete these files. So delete the zip. And also I'm going to delete this one. I don't really need this either. So let's just go ahead and delete that. So we just have this one folder inside of our file manager. So now let's go ahead and move the files. So I'm going to click on this and I'll double click. Next, we will take all these files, hold shift and select them all and click on the move. There we go. So basically now it's saying, okay, so where do you want these files to be at? Now we just want it to be at yokes.com or your current website.com, and that's it. So click on move file and that's it. You're pretty much done. So now it's basically synced up with your website. Now the Brizy file that you have in there, you can delete that. You don't need that no more. So the Brizy file that we originally used that has the files, we can just delete it. And there you go. So now we have all the files in there and now it is synced up with our server. So let's go ahead and go back to our Brizy cloud. All right, so now we're back at the Brizy cloud and we have our demo website. So let's go ahead and click on edit project. I should probably change that to yokes.com, right? So yeah, I had another one, but I deleted it just because I don't want to cause confusion. So now we'll go ahead and publish this page. And that's it, we're done. So let's just go ahead and go back to our dashboard. And I might want to change this to, my domain now. So this was the yokes.com, right? Just to make sure that we know where it's going. Let's say, for instance, you bought a domain somewhere, and you want the Brizy cloud to host it. Now, the really cool thing about the Brizy cloud is that you can host a lot of domains on the Brizy cloud. So let's go ahead and walk you through on how to host other domains to the Brizy cloud. Okay, so before we go to the Brizy cloud, I just want to show you that domain, yokes.com. It took around 5 minutes to sync up, so it just really depends, guys, on the server. It's really hard for me to give everyone an exact answer of when it's going to sync up. So again, mine took around 5 minutes. Yours can take an hour. It can take 2 hours. It can take 24 hours. So best of luck to you all. Best of luck. So now let's say you want to sync it up to the Brizy cloud server. So again, you will go ahead and create a new project, and then you'll get the new project. Once you create the new project, you'll do the same thing. You'll just go ahead and click on these little dots and click on publish. Then you have the custom domain option. So I'll click on choose. Now my current information is already synced up with the server. So you'll see my current data is already done. Everything's green and good to go. So let's go ahead and just say, all right, let's just imagine that Brizy tutorial is not synced up. Let's go ahead and just sync it up anyway. So I'll go ahead and click on publish and then choose, and it's going to want you to type in your domain name. So go ahead and type in your domain name. Once you type in your domain name, you will get this required data. So you'll see the C names and you'll also get the A records. So all you need to do is just go ahead and plug that into your current server and you're pretty much all set. So let's go ahead and go back to our server. Now, sadly, guys, for Name Hero, I think exclusively, the service costs like $1 or $2 or something like that. So if you want to go ahead and do this, it is a paid service with Name Hero. However, with companies like SiteGround and other companies, it is not a paid service. It's free, but it's only like $1 or $2. It's really, really, really cheap. So just make sure after this part of the video, you contact the hosting and say, hey guys, can you charge me for it, whatever, and they should be able to bill you. It's pretty simple. So yeah, anyways, so let's go ahead and just say, all right, so the first thing that we'll do is we'll go change our DNS. So you can get there by going to the search and typing in DNS and you'll see zone editor. I'm not sure where the zone editor is on here. We can go ahead and find it. There it is, zone editor. Wow, that was that was pretty easy, right? So just click on the zone editor. Now, if you're using SiteGround, this could be called like the advanced zone editor. It could be called a lot of different names, but essentially you want to change the DNS records, the C name, and the A records. So I have the domain, brizytutorial.com. So what I'll do is I'll click on manage. Okay, so we have all this information. Now what you're gonna do is find the current domain. So we have the domain, right? And we have the type, which is the A record. And see here, we have the actual record. So you'll go back to the Brizy cloud, all right? And now we see this little IP address. So for the A record, I'll click on edits and I'll make sure that we paste it in there like that. Now make sure there's no space, guys, all right? That can ruin everything. One little dot or one little space can ruin everything and it'll make your life a lot hell. You'll be, on the support chat with them for days. So just make sure that there's no space, all right? There we go. So once you do that, that's finished. The A record is saved, everything's done. Next, we need to change the CNAME record. So you'll see we have the brizytutorial.com. Now this has the www in front of it. That's the main difference. And I'll click on edits. And it's so simple, guys. All you need to do is just go ahead and copy this like that. And then go ahead and paste it in there and then save the record. And then you're all done. And that's it. So you can do this for virtually any server. You can do this for any hosting company. Now, what you might want to do is find a website with really cheap domains, like maybe like $3, $5. You can buy like 100 domains and then you can host them all on the Brizy cloud. So this way, you know, it's a lot cheaper and you can host a lot of different domains on the Brizy cloud. So if you want to go that route, you can go ahead and go that route to save more money. But ultimately, that's pretty much it. You are all set and done. Okay, so if you guys want to actually use the service with Name Hero under domains, you'll click on My Domains. And then you'll just go ahead and find like the domain that you want to host or that you want to connect with the Brizy cloud. You'll go ahead and click on it. And then under the add-on section, you'll click on add-ons, and this is what you'll need to purchase right here. So what this will allow you to do is it'll allow you to change the DNS records to other servers and stuff like that. So that's what you'll need to purchase for Name Hero. So personally, I would not recommend doing that just because, you know, it might cost you a lot of money and you might want to find a cheaper registrar that only sells the domains and not the hosting to make sure that you can kind of maximize, you know, your discount and, you know, try to save as much money as possible. So if you just want to buy the domains only, you guys can go to domain.com. You can probably get domains for like $10 there, and then you can buy a bunch of domains and then you can point them at the Brizy cloud. Also, you can buy them at Namecheap. You can buy them for, you know, around $9, and then you can go ahead and, you know, buy all those domains and then point them at the Brizy cloud. So that's pretty much it for the Brizy cloud section. If you guys have any questions for me about it, feel free to let me know in the description below. I do get a lot of comments about the Brizy cloud because, you know, when you're dealing with servers, guys, you get a lot of errors. You just get wacky servers. You just get, you know, unknown errors that happen all the time. But that's how you use the Brizy cloud. I myself had issues with it at first, but after the company gave me like a walkthrough, I was like, okay, now I get it. So it was a lot easier once I had step-by-step directions. So yeah, go ahead and just, you know, if you want to use the Brizy cloud, feel free to use it. It's a free service for Brizy Pro users for the first, I think it's like 2 years. And then after that, I think they charge like $150 per year for the service. And that can always change in the future. So that's pretty much it for the Brizy cloud and also the video. So congratulations on your website. You guys are now Brizy experts. Congratulations. So congratulations. I told you guys this was easy. So if you guys have any questions for me about Brizy or the theme that we use, let me know in the comments below. Also, let me know how I did. You know, was this a easy learning experience? Was it not easy? Feedback is always appreciated. So yeah, go ahead and let me know. But again, guys, congrats on your websites. A lot of people don't make it this far. So if you did, kudos to you. So until then, guys, I will see you all in the next video, guys. Take it easy.